Hello, my country people. Them we don't come again. We can give una a fantastic presentation. We una fit see am on the screen. The topic today now, the secret for our Blacklegism success, and also the winning strategy, and also effective Blacklegism. Now, with that, we'll talk today. Countryman, will analyze a few things in una, and then we'll go tori. So, for all my country people, them the Blacklegs them, as una join, una know exactly what we una need for do. Una mash fire for the share and my country people them. Una mash fire. Now countryman they come. Now give me 1 second. Make we get the screens ready for una my country people them. So now in that, una mash fire for the share as una join. Yeah, today, now number 4th day for July 2021. We don't already get to the 12 people, then they don't join. They like say, they wait them, now wait them. Time kuna plenty. Yes. We go tori, we analyze a few things in Funa. For example, this picture where we see them on the screens right now, na mangang Edith. I sure say all Blacklegs them for this platform by now, we know exactly who mangang Edith it be. So, G-Man continues. He say, hello Igwe, Kame Pekin, he say, match fire. Yes. Get a lot of Blacklegs today here that they watch with we. That's fantastic. When I do what the Blacklegs they know for do, we get yes, we get plenty Blacklegs and I just say someone that they watch and sorry, I don't just see some person, don't just send something for me. Wait, I go send her for now. This one now, surely breaking news. Now give me 1 second. My country people, I will put them on the screens for now because it don't just enter my phone. Now Laura Elinge, it's send her for me. Una no say countryman, it give una. So I don't know how true this story it be, but una bear with me. Una give me 1 second. Let me open the story for una. Now wait this way. Laura Elinge, it don't just send them to some group where me and you would be inside. Say Eric Tato has been indicted and his life explaining his indictment and the way forward. Now give me 1 second. I will actually go to Eric Tato, a live broadcast, if at all not true. I don't know. But when I give me 1 second, I will digress more for this live broadcast. No, no go away. I will bring una the truth in a second. Now give me 1 second. Might try. I don't know how true that story be.
And for people that say, I will support, my support for Tenji must be automatic. I must support that leader. Me they contribute for the leader, you don't lie.
When I wait 1 second.
I will support the fighters. I will encourage direct contribution to them. And I will discourage contribution to any people that got diaspora. Now I wrote that. If not be saying you, when you watch me go bring conspiracy, say everything like this. If not be saying you begin. Original and complete.
Now give me 1 second. Eric Tato they live, but it talks the Ambazonia, Cameroon, United States, World News, whatever.
Cameroon be doing a propaganda for international community. Then for set
actually, now the live broadcast this my control them.
Una. It be equivalent to a death center. If you go there, you are a dead person. Write it down.
There is still talk about GDR Center, and the only reason Eric Tato they live right now, my contributor, and now the topic of discussion this. Now the topic of discussion this at the bottom here where put it say Eric Tato has been indicted and his life explaining his indictment and the way forward. Now you yourself write this new story. So my contributor them will go continue with our live broadcast and then we'll come back later if we can talk about this story about Eric Tato, whether not true or not just propaganda where he wants spread them. When I match fire for the share my contributor them, when I contribute it can. So that one breaking news way, it don't just come for una countryman, and I decided for share them with una. This one will not be planned. I'm Eric today live right now. So they talk. I'm na you write that title. Say they don't indict you. So my countryman, when I give my countryman 1 second, let me I prepare myself again, and then we'll go into the live broadcast as I be program. And because this Eric Tato on it just literally come from left field. It not be planned for me to talk about him. And if to say Eric Tato be indicted, that is fantastic. Now all the good works where we don't do them in the background as well, Barton Starlight and everything else where they go on. So when I get to understand that aspect as well. So might go back, we'll continue our live broadcast. Also way we believe him. So as I will talk, the topic today, we will talk about the secret of our success, the winning strategy, and effective Blacklegism. I know one will take too much of our time. So now waited that today, number 4 day for July 2021. Time now for Cameroon, just about 7 minutes past 6. And now waited that we could talk about. So before I want to go, I want to talk about Pa Simon Achidi Achu, which now from what we had gather, it was an actually fantastic, brilliant man. Now in this, where they just chill, they drink a small mimbo with you country people them. Now Pa we come from Santa, so if you get a state funeral for ye yesterday, and just to tell you now, just an example of how successful a Blacklegism it don't be and how much we don't defeat Ambazonia terrorism. Now just to tell you now, say when I remember back in the days where anything we want happen, Amba they would talk say lockdown, this and that. For a whole state funeral where Prime Minister John Gute Bidede, Minister Paul Tassong from Libya Bidede, other ministers the way they come out from the Anglophone zone, plenty they Bidede, but Amba them in their total disarray and total dysfunction, and just to tell you how much you don't win, they even forget for even say they want even go make empty threats for Facebook. They don't even make even empty threats for Facebook. So the event it will go on very smoothly. So I go play for now this my own small contribution where I make them for memorize for celebrate the Right Honorable Simon Achidi Achu. Now listen. Sorry, my contributor them. I began to turn Eric Tato your live broadcast down so the volume be low. Now give me 1 second. I will increase him for now. Increase the volume to the media. Now 1 second. And yesterday for Santa, Northwest region of Cameroon, we will get a fantastic sending off to the former Prime Minister of Cameroon. Now give me 1 second. Now I don't increase the volume. We will start the video again. Sorry about that. Hello, my country people them. As I know today, number 4 day for July 2021, and yesterday for Santa, Northwest region of Cameroon, we will get a fantastic sending off to the former Prime Minister of Cameroon, Pa Simon Achidi Achu. So they were born on the 5th of November 1934, and he passed away for United States of America on the 4th of May 2021. So what we want to get for understand and say, Pa Simon Achidi Achu, he be being a Cameroonian politician, where he be served as the Prime Minister of Cameroon between 1992 and 1996. He be being the first Anglophone Prime Minister of Cameroon. And before that, he be served as the Minister of Justice between 1972 and 1975 under President Amadou Ahidjo, the first president of Cameroon. He be also been one of the leading members of CPDM. He come out from Santa, and he go for school for Santa, born in Bamenda, and he go for further studies for university for Marseille, for France. So, Pa Simon Achidi Achu, would tell you, say thank you for the service where you don't serve your country, and we appreciate you very much. We will see you again. Goodbye. So thank you, plenty my contribution. That one now MKPD own contribution for talk goodbye to Pa Simon Achidi Achu, we've been an honorable statesman for our country. So my contributor, we don't arrive now 10 minutes after 6 o'clock. We don't arrive now. We'll start the presentation officially. We'll start with the Kumkum anthem. We'll come back. We'll come play the Cameroon national anthem right at the end, if time it permits.
Hail, hail, hail the Kumkumasa, we the Cameroonians, we pledge our loyalty. Kumkumasa, Kumkumasa, you shall free our country from terror, and your blessings shall be like the stars above. The Most High God shall be your guide.
Thank you for playing to my country people then. So now, I want to show now this post when Joshua Carr in Meckham, I think it been yesterday when I listen. So this one them now the future lawmakers them for the country where they for Facebook where they want to create them say Ambazonia. Where did Joshua Carr talk? He says Southern Cameroon's Ambazonia shall be a federated state with 2 parliaments. Oh, parliament supposed to get S, Mr. Anglo-Saxon culture or heritage. He said with 2 parliament, which both parliament will unanimously elect 1 president, with both parliament having a presidential team. This maybe it's a presidential term when a TERM. Anyway, this is a presidential team. This will destroy tribalism and unity will be introduced. I mean introduced with a D at the end. Okay, I mean I'm not a journalist and I not study English, but these people they literally destroy the language. So it will be introduced since both parliament, you mean both parliaments with an S, most, I mean must, now MUST, it mean it's a most always come together to elect a president. So now with that, future lawmakers in this my show. So it's the comedy terrorism. These are now some of the future lawmakers in this for the Federal Republic of Ambazonia shuttling to sit and dialogue with President Paul Biya. Now them this now the people in that way they want for. Yes, Puff Jaws, they here. It's a beg no laugh MKPD. I know if even laugh fine self because of Usawa Day. Now why do I know if we play the audio them too loud because of Usawa Day. Una pardon me, I'm not there for my own house. So I know if we play the audios and I know if we talk too loud. So before we go into this live broadcast, I'll give you now some analysis and everything else. But while we would play this next video clip, I want to make una think for ourselves and wanna come up with the answer to this question, because one particular person, when one of the biggest blacklegs where me I know, where he named a Manga Bell for Facebook, he be ask me this question. He say, well, he be ask as a question, but he be make an observation, and he say, countryman, you know, say the worst thing way Amba be ever do now say they no be take you seriously in the beginning. Okay, now very serious question that I tell you say, I say Manga Bell. Why you think say me I be tell Amba them say you cannot ignore me? I know exactly what you are to talk about. They be try for ignore countryman right at the beginning of what Blacklegism, and not the strategy that way they be adopt them, which is good. But the funniest thing is by the end of this live broadcast, I could then explain for you the tough and difficult situation where the Amba should know why blast they be there in. They never get no choice for do some of the things the way. So for do some of the things the way they be doing. Now countryman, we put them for that tight situation. Anyways, for continue my contribution. So I want to play for now this video when I'm 1 minute and 2 seconds, and then the live broadcast today, maybe 1 hour, maybe 2 hours. I don't know how long it will take. It will be centered around analyzing some of the impacts that we don't create harm, and how we be successfully deceive Amber fools them for beliefs today, so we not get impact. Meanwhile, in the background, we are making enormous impact. By the time we don't realize them, it will be too late, and very little way they feed do them for counter the impact we country people and the black legs they assemble for Facebook for achieve them. So I want to listen attentively to what Eric Tato will talk for here. The first part of the video na 2019 and 2020, and then for middle na 2019 we begin talk, and then at the end again na 2020. So now listen.
Listen, whether or not you accept my control is a force to reckon with. Me, I agree. He's an enemy that is strong. So you people do not bother yourselves about my country people. He cannot harm the revolution because he has zero credibility. Who's going to quote him? He has zero value in public opinion. I mean, in concrete public opinion, zero. Imagine that BBC wants to make a news item says that according to my country people. Who is that? My country people is a comic relief session of the revolution. So I'm asking you people, you think it's correct? Lesson number one, my country people, Dr. Weti. Listen, whether or not you accept my country people is a force to reckon with. Me, I agree. He's an enemy that is strong.
Thank you playing my country. I know say many of you don't already see the video, but for people that they never see them, the reason they were at bring this video for now. So I want to congratulate and to thank Antangana Gabriel where you don't join we. It's a book Alaji Black Leg. They here as well. Una match for the share Antangana Gabriel. If you didn't have for Cameroon or you didn't have for abroad, just tell we in the comment section for here. What's how we did if you didn't have for Cameroon or we didn't for abroad. I will explain that for now towards the end of the broadcast why we made the talk. So now going back to this video, as soon as I see the notes we put them down on that video, I talked about it, analyzing the video, the importance, how we affect amber terrorists, why they tried to ignore us in the beginning and why they can't ignore us anymore. It'd be very vital. Why we even for 2019 when I hear Eric to be talks today, so when I ignore countryman who go block a Facebook page, blah 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 blah, countryman are zero. In fact, countryman are minus, you don't get nothing for public opinion or whatever. That was fantastic. At that time for 2019, SK when I think countryman be care. All when me I do now wait, I go cut that video, I can keep them for my archives. I get 1 terabyte hard drive where I store all these videos in, and I get another terabyte on my laptop where it is stored, and all of them don't flop. Now I go buy an additional 2 terabytes hard drive just to restore information. So I don't index them, archive them. So now by 2020, Eric Tato don't start now. They realize the impact of what way would they do, and now so they can't talk saying no. Countryman is a force to reckon with. He is an enemy that is strong. I'll explain a few things for Namuna understand why he arrived at that. So Namaka Bear said to talk for me as I don't really explain and say the biggest mistake we Amber make him and say they try to ignore countryman in the beginning. What do you think? Write down for comment section what do you think. If na big mistake where they make him or if it been a good strategy where they make him for try to ignore countryman. So as I ask now, was that a mistake or a good strategy? You have to answer for the comment section if you want. If you get time, whether you're watching for YouTube later on or you're watching for Facebook Live now, make sure say you leave your own opinion. I want to hear from you now. I will play this next video now. Now, this one na Mark Barretta. Okay, when I go hear from Mark Barretta, he will explain 1 or 2 things for now, and then we will analyze them a little bit more. When I listen.
This foolish boy, they call it Kunkumasa. I hate for call their names because when you call the names of your enemies, when you call the names of people who are trying to go against you,
yes,
you give them more
relevance.
You give them more attention.
Yes.
So I have learned from Komoichu Ayaba that when someone attacks you or calls your name, just ignore. Don't call the person, because when you call the person's name, you give the person undue attention. So this Kunkumasa, I hope say the one I want to know so he go cut.
Of course.
He put them, he tell his friends put them because by the make video now, they got the cut them part by part.
So now, okay, when I don't hear which way Mark Barretta talk, okay, let me explain something for now. First of all, Mark Barretta, he beget a platform. He call himself a journalist. He graduate from University of Boya or whether graduate or no graduate, but anyways. So he call himself a journalist. Before I want even continue, Mona, no worry about the number of live views. It no matter now because Eric Tato did live right now as well, and Eric Tato they cry about the indictment. So a lot of our black legs don't go watch Eric Tato, but they will come back, can watch his video at the end. You will see when Countryman don't ever make live video when no reach 5,000 views. It must reach 5,000 now, same. And always me I need that my target now 1,000. So Mona, no worry. A lot of black legs they now they watch Eric Tato as they cry. Apparently, so they don't indict it. We'll go bring one of that news later on, but not now. It not be important. We don't plan our own live broadcast, so we'll go live anyway. So continue. So as of the talk, Mark Barretta, he beget a platform. Mark Barretta has been one of the instrumental people then where he radicalized hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of Anglophone Cameroonians. He successfully sent thousands of them into the bush, and then the other ones that they don't go there for bush, they support the Amber should know why blast terrorism. So how he do them? He use Facebook, he use WhatsApp, he use all kinds of social media for spread propaganda, lies, and misinformation. When I go here from one of the videos where I play for here, Barretta is talks today. So misinformation and propaganda is a weapon of war, and a tool that way they don't use them for radicalize these people them. But Cameroon government no be there on social media for counter their misinformation and their propaganda. But now, because they would day here now and would spread the truth and the reality and desensitize people them, they don't get way anymore. So Mark Barretta, if you get by the time where we Blacklegs will assemble for Facebook for 2018, Mark Barretta will get more than 180,000 followers for your Facebook page, Barretta News. And if you get about 80 something thousand followers for your personal account, Mark Barretta, that is a lot of power and influence for what way we get them. And he used those platforms them, and if he used some of the money where they will contribute them as Amber for develop, build, and also for advertise those platforms and for gain more followers them, and then and then the cycle continues again. When then he used the platform again for radicalize even more people them. But now, so just imagine situation where Countryman just enter the scene for 2018, just random person. You don't even get one person with the follow you don't get one like, you don't even get you know be journalist, you don't get website, you don't get nothing. Countryman, it just decides today, so you know what, I need for fight back against this Ambazuna terrorism, and I will use the same platforms the way that they use them, I will use the same strategies the way that they use them, and I will become better at them. Without a background in journalism, without a background in communication, without any following, without a platform, nothing. Countryman just decide to study on from scratch, from zero. And then he thinks that that kind of person will start that kind of thing. So that kind of person will start that kind of platform like that, where he don't get no following. And then Mark Barretta will already get 100 and something thousand people that will follow you. For Mark Barretta to go call Countryman a name for your platform, it's a big deal. And I go explain that for one of my contributors. It's a big deal because it advertise on a Countryman. So we will place the Amber She'd Know Why Blast them in what we call and say a dilemma. Okay? Either they fight against MKPD or they ignore MKPD. Both options, they will be terrible options for them. Because whatever option they choose, I win. Because if they will go out there, for go fight against MKPD, for they call MKPD Countryman, all this and that, they could advertise the platform. They could advertise Countryman, they could give Countryman relevance. And then more and more people, because he get a huge and bigger following than me. So he fans them, they could learn about me, they could know about me, they could know that I exist, and then they could come now, if can try to understand what way Mark Barretta they talk about, and they could come follow Countryman platform, and then we'll get the opportunity now for conject them, for tell them the truth, and for sensitize them, and for reveal the truth to them, for debunk the Amber propaganda and the lies. So now one of the reasons that way they decide for ignore Countryman. But then the strategies where Countryman if you bring them into the game for use sensitization and information sharing, mass information sharing, I use WhatsApp better than any person that ever used WhatsApp in the history of WhatsApp. My contributor, my biggest influence now for WhatsApp, not even for Facebook, for when I no. Countryman, the biggest influence it didn't have for WhatsApp, and I go show now just a tiny snippet of how successful it don't be for Facebook, and then when I just imagine how much we don't be successful for the other side will be better than WhatsApp, than Facebook when I WhatsApp. So now the dilemma that will put them in to do or not to do. They will fight back Countryman, and you know if you fight Countryman without talking about Countryman. So now, before now I hear Mark Barretta can begin to talk these kind of things, them just hear he complain when he talk. Just listen again.
This foolish boy, they call it Kunkumasa. I hate for call their names.
But you must.
When you call the names of your enemies, when you call the names of people who are trying to go against you, you give them more platform, you give them more attention. So
you understand what it means? You give them more platform, especially because they get a big, huge media platform, and Countryman never get any. So they never want to give Countryman that platform, that attention, because obviously I need attention. I want to talk and make people to listen, and I never get them. So I continue for find palaver for them, and for continue for the inject them, and then I will go out there deliberately. I go provoke them. I tell them, say what I have and what I'm capable of doing. You cannot ignore me. I don't even talk say you will not ignore me, or I say you cannot, because even if you want to ignore me, you physically cannot ignore me. And exactly why did that Mark Barretta they talk for this say, he call Countryman a name, but he openly talk say I no like for calling name, but then he call the name again. Why? Because we don't enter his skin to the extent way whether I like him or not, he must can call country man name. For example, I go post something where he see and say he get the potential for destroy where he don't work on. So he not get option. He must can try for salvage, for rectify, for try for put things them in order for some kind of way. Because if you just leave and so, it could cause even more damage. So now he be forced for can't talk about them, even though he no like for talk about them. So that is it. Okay, my country, make I continue with the live broadcast. So for person where he no like for call countryman in name, when I listen.
Now let me begin with the blacklegs. The official blacklegs that you will know. He's the one who calls himself my country people there. This one, listen, that is why we must be very careful how we fight him. French Cameroon government has invested 15 million francs CFA paid to this one who calls himself my country people there in UK.
That one playing soon. I don't hear that one, and I want for talk to this guy. Usually they live they watch with Kram Chuku. I don't receive your message for WhatsApp. Thank you so much. So when I don't hear Namang Beretta that, it no one for talk about MKPD, but it they hear it they talk about MKPD. That is it. So they no fit ignore Countryman, but by the time they want to make that discovery, it don't be too late. Countryman don't already get platform, it don't already get the relevance, I don't already get name recognition, where it even past their own. So now, as I will talk, make a continue. So we will take a small commercial break now. We don't reach about 30 minutes into the broadcast, and I want to take a few minutes now for if it will be na Amber ABC TV, you know, for see things them like Amber they always do shoo things they just pass, and then they do advertisement, but we'll not give you plenty money, and we'll not give you no sponsorship or anything like that. We need to do fundraising or whatever. So we do our own TV, even if a motorway you drive, you do your own TV, you do your own things, but then we still get the information out, and we still sensitize the people them, and we still get a bigger impact than the Amber should know why blast them. So for this small break where I want to take I want to talk briefly about what will happen yesterday, when Saturday the 3rd of July 2021. So yesterday, a few people then they will get their top-up credit paid to them by Manga Bell. So now just some of the people in this way they do on the screens where they be benefit from Manga Bell generosity. So you get Laura Linge, Epie, Simon, Kongo Bell, Ma Vera Wanjai, Emmanuel Zenu, Vivian Lemfo, Albin Khalifa, Eugene Beltus, Atesong. You get Puff Puff Jaws, you get Perika. You need to message your countryman, and then you get G-Man Continues, you get Contractor Blacklegs, and Emma Wu. You need to contact countryman as well. So now just some repeat on this, and Namanga Bell he profiled that if you be now one of the people then where you receive top-up credit for this month of July. Some people they receive 30,000 francs, someone them 20, someone them 15, someone them 10, someone them 5K. So what we be doing now say if ask make countryman at my discretion as the Igwe for pick a few people the way the biggest blacklegs and where they be based on the ground inside Cameroon, because one of the problems where I be explaining for you one time, and I say some people today where they really struggle and they really try for fight back against this Ambazuna should know why blast terrorism for Cameroon, but their biggest problem now say sometimes they don't even come online for can comment, post, laugh, share, and do what blacklegs do best, and because of that, what Blacklegism it be slow. So what when Manga Bell decide for doing yesterday and I say it just out of the blue. No man no ask you anything. Manga Bell just decide for send something for countryman talk say at your discretion. Find a few blacklegs in where they need support, even not just for the month of July. Give them small top-up credit. So now some of the people in this, and if you receive something, just type and send out a comment section. Talk just these 4 words that they do on the screen. Thank you, Manga Bell. Just say thank you, Manga Bell. If you want to write the amount where you receive them, by all means, just say thank you, Manga Bell, for the top-up data credit. If you received yours, leave a comment in the comment section to say thank you, Manga Bell, and tell him that you received it. If you wish to write the amount you received, by all means, that's okay. In total, 18 people then they don't already receive or benefit from this small gesture from Manga Bell, and I still get 4 people them we are one for give them 15,000 francs for complete the money. So the 4 people the way me I don't personally I want for talk to them. You get Perika, and if you know if it be based on ground zero or not, you get Bali General, Tanto Goldberg, and Mawu. All these 4 people them when I message MKPD on WhatsApp +44 749 519 8739. Now when I command a mobile phone number that when I message me, tell me who you be and if you're there for ground zero. And then obviously when I need for trust command, yes, so contractor Black Leg talk say he received 20k. Mesumben Bong Day here as well. Puff Jaws say thank you Manga Bell, because Puff Jaws now up and coming Black Leg. We're not going to see a lot of Puff Jaws. That name too. Puff Jaws. We're not going to see a lot of Puff Jaws from now onwards. We would all recruit them now full-fledged Black Leg. Now some Perika way day for Yaoundé, but they come out from ground zero. So yes, now IDP, it is struggle with life as well. Now small guy. So when I welcome you to the Black Leg family. So yesterday to I top small credit for incentivize. So it could come life even more often. Now one of the people in that way, he no get job. Now it go school. So it need even a small top of credit every now and again. And this one has more gestures in this way. Now just evidence for showing how Black Legs and Blacklegism it produce results, then will be united, and with the match fire with the going for before we need to go backwards. So thank you so much Manga Bell for that gesture. If you receive something, just yes, Laura Linge say thank you Manga Bell for the top of credit. Yep, I tell some Bell to receive your own. I'll be sending you 10,000 francs. A young person, thank you Manga Bell. I did not receive it, but your gesture is awesome. Yes, and I know because I never send me nothing for a young Paul. And thank you so much. And Manga Bell Day here. Manga Bear say, thank you Black Legs for saving the lives of our people in the Northwest. Now you comment that. Now show now your profile again. And may no man in no bother ye abekuna. Manga Bear a very busy person. I know one make this thing a day like now an opportunity say if it be hard up or you get some personal issues then make you contact him. No, not so with the plan. We need to solicit for any funds. No. We need to do that. So not just personal individual gesture. Even me personally in the background. 1 or 2 people a day where me I don't personally out of my own good heart and my own gesture I just decide say okay this person now 5,000 is 2,000 is just top up credit because I don't miss you for Facebook. Like some people a day way you contact them and then they say oh countryman sorry I know if you come online or sorry I know if you watch your live broadcast because I will talk say some people the day where I miss them when I did live I did notice if they're not there on. So I go message them for what I say I never see you for the past few days. He said no countryman I will go back for ground zero or my party die. I don't get kind of complaints them, or I even get people that way. I know one for talk about their personal issues, but they get serious issue or something will be happen for them, and where they never come online. One of them will be really bother me now when very big Black lady tell me say sorry, continue. I know if you come online for the past 10 days or whatever because times are hard and I never get credit. So I just talk say you know what? Okay, take 5,000 for a top of credit. I don't want to make you miss another day of Blacklegism for the next few days. So thank you so much, Manga Bell. And no one for overlabor that point. So as I don't really talk Manga Bell, Perika, Bali General, Tanto Goldberg, and Mau, when I message na command the number that WhatsApp +44 749 519 8739. Thank you plenty. Now, for go back to our Blacklegism, now we don't spend about 35 minutes for this live broadcast. Go back for the Blacklegism. When I give me 1 second, I want for check something. Okay. So I know what about that one. Okay, that's done. So I want for show one something. I want to go back on our Facebook account, Cameroonianness. Go back to the 8th of June, the live broadcast we will be doing on the visa restrictions because this one will be very important for the live broadcast we want to do today. So when I see them on our screens now, 8th of June, okay, live broadcast, my contribute with them, Facebook page today, 8th of June, 6 p.m. We will talk about and analyze the United States Department or the U.S. State Department announcement of the visa restrictions on those undermining the peaceful resolution of the crisis in the Anglophone regions of Cameroon. So do not miss. So now the poster that we will make share a map, make be So when I first see the poster on the screen for a day, where we'll be send this poster out. So we'll do a live broadcast on Tuesday, the 8th of June. So on the 7th of June, I get to understand, say on Monday, when on the 7th of June 2021, now the date that way, the US State Department will announced the visa restrictions. Okay, I just want to show you a timeline for the series of events and what will be happen between that time. I want to explain something for now, and in order to explain them properly, we need to go chronologically. Okay, so when I don't see that advert, we'll go live on that on the 7th of June. They announced the visa restrictions. On the 8th of June, when I Countryman go live, and for that live broadcast, we will go live. We will talk. Countryman be talk something, some breaking news for una. I don't know if una be understand. Una feel remember. Countryman be talk for that live broadcast. Say breaking news. They don't indict 3 American citizens then for sponsoring terrorism for Cameroon. If una feel remember, okay. So now on the 9th of June, the very next day. So now Wednesday, 9th of June, Countryman he make this post on Facebook. Now if you remember, now this one be live. When I go back on this page, Cameroonianness, when I go look the post is still there. I say USA indicts 3 Amazonian terrorists living in the United States. Stay tuned. So if when I look at that post, it will go viral. People they share them. Now see we get almost 15,000 people then when that post it reach them. Okay. I get kind by kind comments then people they can't they say even I don't even tell one this one even Beltus they can't ask me say Countryman you sure this one propaganda or fake news. I tell you say me I need the first do me propaganda. So now in this gap peaceful all this plenty it get plenty comments then you go to newest comment and I don't know if it so that's it. The post it be get a lot of traction. And at this time, the truth na say, because I be even come now from America, I be there for America on the 5th of June, I be there UK on the 6th of June, and on the 7th of June, they announce them, and on the 8th of June, I go live, I tell una, they announce na visa restriction, but they don't announce the indictment. And I explain them for una, say, the United States Justice Department, the DOJ, you know they announce indictments, but the State Department, when they form foreign policy for the United States, whenever they come up with a foreign policy, obviously they broadcast them and they communicate them to the general public so that you know the new policies regarding that particular issue. So now I'll give you chronologically that one now the 9th of June will hammer them on the indictments. And this post, if it go viral, all idiots they call them fake news and they talk about kind of thing them. Countryman should find place on it. That one on the 9th of June. Now 2 days after the so-called visa restrictions. Now, on the 10th of June, by that time now, Countryman it don't get the real information because Barrister Nsala to be the work in the background. Yeah, Barrister Nsala be the work in the background for find out the names of the people the way they indict him and whatnot. So by the 10th of June now, so Countryman come live by 7 p.m. and break the news for Nasewiti. Say one of the people the way they indict him, na Mangang. I break the news and then it go viral. All man go live. That live broadcast is still there here. It will go far, which is fantastic. Okay, I'm gonna show you now the next one. So because as I tell you now, we go chronologically. So now the 10th of June, we announce the names of the people that they indict them. Now, that same 10th of June, we show you now the actual documents then for the indictment of Nafisiam. I say I'm fine. So I say Edith Ngang is amongst 3 Amber terrorists indicted in the United States by the DOJ for their part in sponsoring terrorism in Cameroon. So we show now the actual documents and where they come out when are they come out from the court, from the district court of Maryland. We show now all these documents and Nafisiam. It's still there for the Facebook page. They ain't that. Okay, it's still there for day now. Any person wants him, it's still there for day. Now only 10th of June. Okay, wait till happen. Now the next one I wait by the 11th of June. Now wait till this way Countryman post time. Wait, my maker me go. Now give me 1 second. By the 11th of June, Countryman he post this for Facebook. I say someone should inform me Mefo that Amber terrorist criminals are being indicted in the United States. Will she ever post it? Because by this time, Even these people, they call themselves journalists. Eric Tato, you know, talk about them. Because this one down at the 11th, and I remember, say, Countryman start talk about the indictment on the 7th, on that same day, on that same day with the State Department, it announced visa restrictions. On the 7th, Countryman talk about them for that live broadcast on the 8th. And on the 9th, we'll publish them again. On the 10th, we'll publish the actual names them. Now, by the 11th, 4 days later, Mimi Menfo never post about them. No Amber Fool never talk about them. They no want for talk about them. I will explain for now the reasons why. So now, we'll continue for hammer this point. So, I provoke them. Say, maybe Mimi Menfo never know. But maybe me some person go tell you. Okay, now, ma show una something ma contribute. So now the Guardian post this, but I can't tell una. This one now the 18th, now the June the 18th edition for the Guardian post. If you zoom them in where una go see them. This one now by Friday, June the 18th, 2021, where the Guardian post it finally the talks with the separatists disown a woman indicted in the US for trafficking arms to the Northwest. I go even explain for now. Now we country people will get this news into the front pages them. For the Guardian post. I will explain for now how. Okay. But in order for continue, all of these things that we made at the talk, so it will come up, it will make sense for now in the next few minutes, ma contribute them. So now, ma go back now, I go explain something for now. So, how we, the Blacklegism, will the affect change in Amber world. This one now one of the biggest way where we would affect change with the instigate infighting amongst the Amber Fools. For example, now example of a post this way. Now also Amber post amo. Now Amber post that post. And now Amber make that poster. They share them. They call themselves infiltrators and terrorists and betrayers or whatever the word they use them. Now, what be your job as a black leg? Now for use this kind of level of infighting for make they kill themselves, may they continue for the may instigate the infighting even more for make to the extent where they could start to compromise themselves on the ground. And I go explain that for now. So we need for spread this kind of information for instigate that infighting. It go only take now one sheet no white blast for act for we for achieve which we want for achieve them, okay? And then it will start a snowball effect, or what we would call it, say dominoes effect, or what we would call it, say avalanche. We only need one sheet no white blast for take some information where we put them out there, all this kind of level of infighting. Now themselves they post them, okay? So why we made it show now this kind of thing in I say with it. I don't tell una several times, say, make una know to spend time for the try for make sense to amber sheet no white blast them, whether for Facebook or for WhatsApp group. I don't still see a lot of people that make that mistake, especially you. I don't at the talk now to Blackleg. I don't forget your profile name again. I see you try for debate and Amber she know why last way leave comment for your under your post. If some person leave comment under your post when Amber, delete the comment. Simple as that. Delete the comment. No waste time. You do waste precious time if you try for make sense to you. Or if you go like for Mimime for your page or whatever or any kind of thing like that, you see some Amber food to make noise today. Just take this kind of screenshot like this. Go leave them under your post, under your comment as your own comment. A picture is worth 1,000 words. Okay, take that picture, go post them for the checkout. Maximize your time. If you get only 5 minutes, you fit destroy Amber, go finish in those 5 minutes. No go for them to try for argue or debate with them. Not one. You do waste a lot of time. You do waste a lot of time. Okay. So now this kind of things then I will come to that in a minute. So as I be talk, you get situation like as the indict person like Tamofos and Michael, what will happen? It lead to the indictment of Maanga and Walters Muma and Roger Akem. And from there, you know what will go happen. Now 13 others then. They don't indict them. So it only starts now by one person. And then before now one see them, it grow and it grow, it grow and it spread. So now what I would call it a snowball effect or dominoes effect. You push one domino and then the whole thing goes down. Or avalanche Okay, it only starts with one raindrop, and if it create an avalanche where it wipe off a whole city. So make una understand una use una influence for social media very wisely. And now what I can talk about the effectiveness of our Blacklegism, but I go explain them in detail for una to understand. Make we analyze this one. So now we, the Blacklegs, now we decide. If we decide to make anything, make it go viral, now we do them. We Blacklegs and we dictate what newspaper headlines will say tomorrow. And I don't give an example with that newspaper headlines. Now we, the Blacklegs, and we dictate what way a good day on the front page of newspapers in Cameroon, especially when it comes to this Anglophone infighting or whatever. And if any person there for the way they send me WhatsApp messages, then while we are there live, please stop for the send message for WhatsApp. Go pay attention to the live broadcast. And I talk specifically. I go name and shame that particular individual where they here. They WhatsApp me when he knows say I did live. You did distract. You WhatsApp me one message and then you leave and you go. Now Tanto Goldberg, stop messaging me for WhatsApp. I go leave. So Tanto Goldberg, stop messaging me for WhatsApp. Go pay attention to the live broadcast. I did live. We will talk after I don't finish the live broadcast. So send. And I hope say it go get them and it don't send me how many messages in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Try when I worry massa. 8 messages then where you know say I did live. Okay, my contributor. As I be talk, now we the Blacklegs we decide and then we dictate what we good day on the front pages them, especially when it involve Anglophone crisis or Ambazonia terrorism. Now we dictate if we want some news to go viral, it could go viral and it could end up on the front pages. Okay, so now as I be talk, we will also change the narrative on any news cycle that where we choose them, any news article, any news cycle where we choose them, we will change the narrative. What is narrative? Narrative just means the perspective, how you view something. Because take for example the visa restrictions. And by they run around, they claim say now victory for them because they claim say they so now only Cameroon state authorities them where they go restrict their visa and their movements them. Okay. Now, because of the perspective, the angle where they review that particular thing from, and then another person will get a different vantage point where it will stand at a different position, it will see that same thing in a different light, it will see a different part of it, a different angle. Okay, so now for change the narrative and stability, we Blacklegs and if we make the majority, the bigger population, they see that same news article the way we want them for see them. They see them from our perspective. They see them from our angle of vision, from our vantage point. So now they will see what way we would see them and not what way Amber the one made they see them. Even though we did look at exactly the same thing, to what way everyone else they look at. But if you still see two different things and we draw two different conclusions then from exactly the same thing. So now what is that we would do for social media? It'd be very effective. What would you do? Would change the narrative on anything we would decide on because we'll be focused, because we'll be dedicated, and I will come to that. Okay, so I give you an example, a typical example. Now Eric Chinje, the interview where Eric Chinje is doing with Chris Anu. In order for me to analyze that part, I will show now with evidence because I no countryman. I always talk my team them. I talk with evidence. So now see. When I see this one, when I listen, when I watch, now see. I hope it no play loud.
Independent nation. The Sudan had only one.
Okay, now in that this one it actually be live on Cameroonian's Facebook page. When I first see that video, right? See the date. Now see the date where that video will be posted to Facebook now, 26th of June. Okay. So the day before this, on the 25th of June, now the day that way, Chris Anu will be broadcast this live, this this interview where we get with Eric Chinje on the 25th. So what we countryman do now? So wait, my show una before I even want go. Now look down here. When I notice this number down here, when I see him, now 28,000 views than that. For that video, where countryman post them 28,000 views. Okay, I want to take note of that number, 28,000 views. Now, make we go back to our live broadcast. Now, when I see this, so that Eric Chinje video where countryman cut them, we cut them only 14 minutes and 44 seconds. It get 28,000 views on Cameroonian's Facebook page. Now the original If you go for Amber Alphabet TV for their post, for their page, now the original video this where Chris Anu he be get he be do with Eric Chinji on the 25th of June, and he be get with 14,000 views. 25th of June, he post it on before Countryman post it on. We can't take now over 2.5 hours video where he make that live broadcast over 2.5 hours. Countryman just can cut now only the part where we want 14 minutes 44 seconds, and then we'll rebroadcast them. Now, whatever Chris Anu be want achieve by bringing Eric Changer for a live broadcast, it no matter anymore, because when we take the same video, cut them into smaller bite-sized chunk, where we share them for Facebook, we share them for WhatsApp, we share them for Twitter, we share them everywhere, it go far and wide. Now the response this way will get them. Now the response is, so now the video this way, he post them on the 25th of June, again only 14,000 views. When we would take the same video, we post them, as I've already shown now, for now our other Facebook account, Facebook page is A Better Cameroon, will get 28,000 views. 28,000 views for A Better Cameroon. Now the same video that, okay? And then if you go my Countryman Junior, it posts the same video, it get 2.6 thousand views. Okay? You get now the Better Cameroon that where you get 28,000, and then you get Cameroonianness, you get 28,000 as well. So you get 28,000 for Cameroonianness page. Now Cameroonianness page is, and this page now different one. Now A Better Cameroon where I do the live broadcast for them now. It get 28,000 views as well. So you get 28,000 for A Better Cameroon. You get 28,000 again for Cameroonianness, almost 200 shares. And then you get Countryman Junior post them, Susie Sparks post them, and then other black legs that take the same video, they post them. And as a result of that, we successfully changed the narrative for that video. And now why that way when I see for newspapers of Cameroon, you get this kind headline at the bottom here. Okay, this one now on Monday the 28th, Chris Anu post the video on the 25th of June. We will cut them, rebroadcast them on the 26th of June. 2 days later, the thing it goes so viral for WhatsApp, for YouTube, for Facebook, everywhere, to the extent where newspapers them inside Cameroon now, they started pick up the story. They write about them. They say Ambazonia pipe dream, that Eric changes bitter truth to separatists, and then they write a whole article on the front page newspaper in Cameroon because of what way Countryman is doing. So why we may explain this thing for understand the intricate details of the impact where we create them, whether you like them or not, whether you know or you're not. Now some of the things in this, sometimes the day when I see newspaper articles that they put something on the front page, when now you make them, they put them. Yes, if we decide for change the narrative now, whatever narrative where Chris Anu, if you want to achieve them by bringing Eric Chinje for a live broadcast, instead it don't can give we ammunition, it don't can give we something. We use now your voice, your video, your face, and your words for change the narrative, and then change the story, put them for a different perspective where we will want them. So when I see them as I talk, you get 28,000 views for one of our other page, and then another 28,000 plus views for the other page, and then other smaller pages, and they take and they copy them, they post them again, they repost them, and then we know if it even quantify the number of people the way they see that video on WhatsApp, because you know if you know the number, but Countryman get more than 6,000 contacts for WhatsApp alone. Imagine say out of that 6,000 people then waited there for WhatsApp, imagine say if each person it take and share them with only 10 other people. So you see now 60,000 people in that, and of all those 60,000 people, then if another person take and share them with another 10 people, you get the point. Now see how it grow exponentially. So now the impact that way we would create, and now just one typical example that way I can show now the Eric Chinje interview with Chris Anu. So at first, I thought it was a bad idea. I've been thinking it's a bad idea for a person like Pani, John Frundi, and because I don't even want to see him for this video where I tell now on the 25th of June, and I see this one on the 24th of June, it be rebroadcast the interview where we get time with Pani, John Frundi, okay? And that one, the video get 25,000 views, but it's still not even reach. And then we want to also understand another dynamic. Say it is so. Whenever you watch video, even now 3 to 5 seconds, Facebook it will count them. Say you don't already watch them, it will add you for that number of views. But maybe you just enter the live broadcast for maybe 5 to 10 seconds, or maybe you enter for 5 minutes, and then maybe your data finish, your credit finish, you drop out, or you jump in the shower, or you be go for work, or you be distracted for one reason or the other, you be distracted, and you know if you continue for the watch the live broadcast. But Facebook, it don't already count them, so you don't watch them. So in actual reality, when me I do my own analysis for know the impacts when me I get them, I always use now 20%. For me, the core message when me I can deliver them, I always assume say the final number where Facebook it tell me say they don't watch my live broadcast, I will divide them by 5 in order to get the total number where they actually get the core message where me I can deliver them. So me I always, if at the end of my live broadcast I get 10,000 views, I come back after 1 or 2 days if I can't check the number of views. If I get 10,000 views, I will divide them by 5. Then I know say in actual reality, now 2,000 people, they don't get the core of the message when me I can't deliver them, because a lot of the people they could tune in for a few seconds only and then they drop out if they not be interested, or then they run out of data, or they be distracted for one reason or the other. So me will not be fooled by all these numbers them. Even for my own live broadcast, I go by 20% of whatever Facebook tell me say they view my video. But in this kind of situation where we cut the video like this one, we take this video, the original video for Chris Anu, their Alphabet TV, now over 2.5 hours long. What will be the probability? Say plenty people they go watch, they hold that video for 2.5 hours long, forget the core of the message where we cut them down into 14 minutes 44 seconds. So when we cut them down to bite size to 14 minutes and 44 seconds, will make them such that the core of the message, the majority of all those 28,000 people the way they don't see them, all them they could get the core of the message, because now a very short message where all them they will listen within 14 minutes. Even if you get a small data, if you manage them, even if you be distracted, if you manage maybe 10-15 minutes or even 5 minutes, if you watch that video even for 1 minute, you could get the core of the message where me I can pass them. So we successfully turn the narrative upside down. If you go for the number of people that they watch the original video for Eric Chinje, for Chris Anu, their page, 14,000, you need to divide them by about 5 in order to get the actual number of people the way they actually digest the core way Chris Anu they want me to get them. So you're looking at about 3,000. But when we cut the video down to bite size for the way even if person will watch that video only for 1 minute, it could still get the core of the narrative where we want me to get them. You see, I said this 28,000. They get about 90% of that number, they get the core of the message where we want me to get them. About 90% of that 28,000. And then you go for the other page, Cameroonianness, you get another 28,000, find out 90% of that one. And then you go for my countryman junior, you own 2,000 plus. You go for Susie Sparks, you own 2,000 plus. So when you add them up, you see and say this. So even though now Chris Anu and Eric Chinji, they go live, would go take their video, we'll break them down. I not do analysis, I not do voiceover, I just let them speak for themselves and then I republish them. And then you see and say this, so we don't get about 100 times the impact way Chris Anu, because even that video, Chris Anu, it's not there for WhatsApp. The only version of it, we're there for WhatsApp. Now the one where we country people, then we'll put them out there, change the narrative to what way we want. Make the public know. So now just one example that for show now how would it take anything we want and make there for front page. Now we decide. And then as Eric Tato, as Eric Chinje, if you go for Chris Anu live broadcast, you go do that interview, and then we will cocotte them, share them. Then you start to get this kind of responses them from Amber World. You get people them where they not be happy with the interview where Eric Chinje be doing with Chris Anu. Una see some of the responses. It say Chris Anu invited the Federalist Frundi, Ellie Smith, Eric Chinje, Munzu, Ben Aki, etc. to come and discourage our independence quest. You will never hear this fact from conspirators like Kemi Ashu and Ochiba Nelson. Declassified. So themselves they say when the truth it be spoken in their platforms them with the conject their followers them with the truth. They don't want me their followers they know the truth and the reality about for example the history of Cameroon, the true history. They want for feed them with lies, manipulation, fake news, and stuff like that. So now you get this one. It talks that if it was egg of sea, we would never drink water or rest because of the insult. People like trouble, eh? So now then they talk. So when you see this kind of level of infighting for Facebook, you're supposed to encourage them. You're supposed to go find picture of Amber Boy when Amber kill him. You can't leave them for there as a comment, then go you. You can't find them, palava, go you. Now all that we need for them. You know, no she don't for there, you should not type. No. It type with it. We don't rebroadcast these kind of pictures. When if you just carry one, go drop them for there, pass can go you. Just drop picture for there as a comment. Picture for Amber Boy, they don't wipe them. Just drop a yeke picture for there, for example. Drop number picture for there, go you. No ever should not for them to say you want to discuss with Amber, she know why. You know who convince them. There is no point. And then you get okay. This one now Susie Sparks it be post exactly the same video. Yeah, Susie Sparks it post exactly the same video. I wanna face him for the 2,100 plus views them. Now more number of views than that. So ma go back as I be tell now, I get the evidence. Yep, now the Susie Sparks video that okay now you also get other Blacklegism way because of that video where we cut them share them. They talk about them, as we talk about them. Now so to journalists them on the ground, they listen to Facebook and social media for no way people to be interested in. Journalists wanna understand say, especially the one that they write for newspapers they want for sell newspapers. So they go want for write about things the way they know say the public it get interest in. Where you could be so interested in that particular news item or news article to the extent where you can move your 400 francs or 200 francs, you buy your newspaper for read what we day for day. So when they do for Facebook, for social media, they read what way they write about and they go see which thing is the trend. Whatever it be trending, now you where they go write, they go investigate more about them, they go write put them for their newspaper because they want for sale. Make one understand. So now we there for Facebook and now we decide. Now we decide which way it go viral and which way no go viral. And we dictate the newspaper headlines and for Cameroon and not ever forget that one. So let's have the talk. So in the beginning, I be thinking there's a person like Eric Chenje, Pani John Frundi, if they go for Amber Alphabet TV, it go give them legitimacy. But since I know if you stop John Frundi or Eric Chenje, make it no go for that kind of platform. So what things that Condemn decide for do. So what I decide for doing is I decide for change the narrative and make the video, make it go viral, but make not only the section for the video where I want the general public to know. And we use now that appearance where Eric Change a day for Alphabet TV, we use now that appearance today for change the narrative. Instead now Eric Chris Anu be one for gain legitimacy by bringing some an honorable guest like Eric Chinje for a live broadcast. But today it is regret why we bring Eric Chinje for that live broadcast because of it. We use that same video for change the narrative for make now it become a negative for Amber their cause. Okay, so now you see this person it posted it say we are pleading with Secretary Chris to stop inviting blacklegs like Eric Chinje and Frundi to his live shows and rather invite genocide experts to explain the ongoing genocide. So now this year they cry. And one of the reasons why when I say they cry now because of the impact where we cause them. The impact is felt. So now whenever they go now for Facebook, they see the post where we take go cut the Eric Change section where we want them for change the narrative. And then we'll share them for WhatsApp, for YouTube, for Facebook, everywhere. And then it go viral. And then now, wait they be one for achieve them by bringing Eric Change for that live broadcast. It backfire on them. Now we take the upper hand. We take that video, we change the narrative, it becomes advantageous to us and disadvantageous to them. As Nafisiam, now them they cry now. They cry. So, my contributor now just one of the examples then that way I want to bring up for now. Before I continue, I want to give you now this Operation Sunshine. So this guy we done Sunshine before. He real name na Gilbert. And Jinkem Gilbert. Na Bangwa Pekini come from Libialem. Every day under Red Dragons in Libialem. When I see he face fine. He studied for Bamenda, so he know Bamenda very well right now. He there for Bamenda. When I see the information, say he was spotted in Bamenda around Upper Bayele and around Quen. So he friends them and family members them, they know say be Amber terrorist and he be wanted by the law, but they keep it and they hide it So the thing I say, when they catch you, when they will go after that their family to where they hide it, I will give them free kumkum. When I save a face and a picture, and when I share them, we don't share them again for when I WhatsApp accounts them. When I copy the link for them, when I share them, make it go far and wide, my contribute them. When I post them for when I own accounts them, so that we will catch the shit no white blast very, very soon, my country people. So now, we'll continue with the live broadcast, my country people, so as I be talk, we fit decide to change the narrative for any news article where we want them, right? We fit decide also for suppress any news article, we bury any news cycle. For example, I'll give another example. When I remember No Pity and that incident where it happened for Bamali, where they be killed 4 gendarmes for Bamali. So Ambashi no why they be one for celebrate him and they want for make a big deal out of the news. So, and we will get some weak-minded Blacklegism where they will try to make the mistake of helping the embassy Nova Blast for make a big deal of the incident for Bamali. So you will get some Blacklegism where they be there for Facebook, they post like say they cry or they talk, hey, our soldiers. No, you did help that the embassy Nova Blast them by posting that kind of nonsense. If you're there in any doubt, if anything happened and you don't know how to respond for Facebook, follow my lead. Follow the Igwe you lead. If when I say countryman ignore some story, ignore them. If when I say countryman post about some story, then post that. Or if you get any doubt, message my countryman. When I get my WhatsApp number, message me. Don't say countryman, you don't hear about say they don't kill 4 military for Bamali. How do we respond to it? I will tell you say ignore it for now. You don't must post for the next 24 hours. You don't must. You decide. Now you there in control. Now you decide which way you go take your hand type and put them for Facebook. Now you decide. Now we decide how, where, and when we will fight Amber. Not let them dictate for you. Now we decide. So when something happen, sometimes the day where if you even just decide, say, I know the post about that, it no bother me. Wait till you get the opportune moment. You turn the story upside down. Change the narrative for your advantage. Write the story where you want make the world know. Not be now wait where you want, where Amber they want me the world know. Now you decide you they in control. So for that kind of situation will be happen for Bamali with No Pity. Some Blacklegs will make the mistake. I see some stupid post the way they go to propose and like say they cry or like say they worry or some kind. So when they go begin blame government. Chill out. If you don't know what you will write, no write nothing. Just stop. You know must post. You know must post about that particular story. Go post about something else. Go find the picture for Ayeke. Can't post them. Go find the one for Amber versus Amber. Can't post them. Now Blacklegism that. Now effective Blacklegism that. And if you be in doubt, follow countryman lead. Okay, follow countryman lead. I go lead you if you want for know how to respond to certain issues. And so if something like that it be happen, like I don't talk, watch wait till way countryman go post and wait how we go post about them and you will know how the story it go. Sometimes it go the way countryman go post something and how are the response on something. If you be in doubt, you think say so what countryman it do with this one? Trust me, I know what they do. Okay? Have I ever failed you? That's the question I'll ask you. I don't ever fail una. With the Blacklegism leadership, I don't ever fail una with the leadership for Blacklegism. Follow my lead if you be in doubt. If I know they're available, send me a message. When I get access to internet connection on my phone, I go message you back. I always respond to people. No, don't be afraid for pick your phone message countryman one-on-one. Say countryman, this has happened. Are you aware about it? I will tell you, say, don't worry about it. Or no, I haven't seen it. I haven't paid attention to it. I will give you some kind of response. Or if I see I not respond, then no worry about them. It's simple as that. So if you see me celebrating, do the same. There is a reason why I didn't celebrate. If you see no reason, no ever day countryman will come for Facebook can begin crying. No. You know ever day. So you don't get no reason as a black leg for go for Facebook for go begin cry. Even if Napobia die tomorrow, I don't want to see no black leg there for Facebook to post. No nonsense. Keep quiet. Just if you don't know what to post, leave them. Blacklegism would they never destroy Amazonian terrorism. Some blacklegs today for you where they confuse the two. You think say your job or your responsibility now for defend Cameroon government. No be your job. You know be CPDM. You're not supposed to be CPDM or SD or whatever. Blackleg or blackleg. You're there for defend the territorial integrity for pay. And it no matter which political party you belong to or which religion or which gender, it no matter. We embrace every single person. Okay, now only the love of pay it count. Okay, so what I probably I die, what I wait, that one in our business. No go the help Amber with their propaganda. They want to see that kind of thing so that they will make noise about them. So, as I be talk, So, for example, as we talk about that no pity noise we make them last 2 weeks. Today, what do we have? We get General Popo, no be so. They compromise Opopo for Bafia village for Fako. Now wait that. So you know we get to must talk about Opopo. Let Amber they talk about Opopo for that 1 or 2 days. You know you say the next day the news cycle it go change and now you go there in the upper hand. So now any Amber food we want to talk about no pity. Eske when they talk about no pity anymore. They don't talk about no pity no be so. Because Opopo don't come, it changed the narrative now. Now we they ahead. But if someone will not be there for them when they talk about no pity, when they talk about no pity, when they help them. When they help them. Sometimes you no need for talk about anything. Just tell them say wait till tomorrow. You see what will go happen. And tomorrow, maybe tomorrow come. They wipe Opopo. Now we did talk about Opopo. And now we did talk about Opopo. Now we did change the narrative. Now we did decide which way we discuss on Facebook. No ever let Amber decide for you. Which way they talk, which way we did talk for Facebook. Now we did decide. Now we will be the educated ones and will be civilized. Amber, now shit no white blast. So no ever there for that position where you did like say you did discourse with Amber or you did dialogue with Amber or you did debate with Amber. No. Now shit no white blast. You blast the full pass gringo you. No waste 3 seconds for Amber. No waste 3 seconds. Maximum at 3 seconds. Find picture of your phone like this kind one so. Send them for you as a comment. Now all your reply that Eric, I did for WhatsApp groups and with Eric Tato, Tapang and the rest. They try to get my attention all the time. Every time when Eric Tato send me message, even privately or for group, my only response where I ever respond for you, I go find out a clip where he talks about my country people is a force to reckon with. He is an enemy that is strong. I just go find that video, send them as a response. Now all my response that to Eric Tato. I don't get no time with shit no while last. I don't get no time for dialogue or discuss anything with you. You know that for my class. You know that for my same social group. I don't get nothing for discuss with you. Nothing. So every time we try to get my attention or talk any nonsense, I just go find that video with your face, your voice, and your words for day. Now video where ye make them. I just can't send them for you as a response. Pass gringo. I have more important things to do. How I think that I define time for do this live broadcast. For do when I see the broadcast, the intelligence we gather on the ground, when I see the post that we make up Facebook, when I see the results that we produce, how I think I define the time. If I be to waste my time every second, they go to try for debate with Amber. They go even now, so Amber body coming for Bush. They tell me say continue. I tell them I don't care. Now Clovis number this, now Beltus number this. Contact them. If you no one come up for Bush, stay for Bush. That one even my business. Tell me you want to go join for Bush. You before call me before you go. No, I don't care. You want to die, you die. That one concern me full side. That's my response. I have more important, better things to do. Blacklegism don't evolve. We'll get more things than that for the do. No go shit on the waste time with shit nowhere. I tell you, for as long as you be shit nowhere for Bush, I don't get nothing for talk with you. When you arrive for DDR Center, then you feel call me. That's it. I send a belt to this, na Clovis, na Joel this. I bring them in for can relieve the workload on countryman so that if you help una, they get all the information. I tell you, you don't get no Amber boy with there for that DDR Center wake come off your cam. The day. Call ye. Call Nayi, no bother me, not disturb me. You call me like who? So now wait that way day. No, not to waste your time. We shit nowhere last them. Okay? So as I be talk, Opopo don't come, it don't change all that noise for Amber they will make about no pity. Go here, go see even for that post them. Are they talking about no pity? No. Now they be forced to talk about Opopo. Why? Because we hammer Opopo, we share the pictures them, we write news articles them, we post them for websites them, we post them for Facebook, for Twitter, we share them for WhatsApp, it spread, it go far. Any audio we come out on the ground about Opopo, we stamp their face with the Gabonese face, bam, we stamp up there. We force the Amber them for can't talk about what way we want for talk about. I hope so when I get that point. You talk about what way you want for talk about until they can't talk about what way you want them for talk about. Not the other way around. No make shit nobody else make a fool out of you. For make you go begin talk about which way they want to talk about. If Amber want to talk for you about no pity, talk to you about Ayeke. Talk to you about Janabiabia. Talk to you about Nambere. Talk to you about the other one, the wipe and spirito. Talk to you about Fonte Lucas. You change the narrative. You are in control. You decide what you wanna go talk about. We decide what we will talk about, discuss about for Facebook. And no one again for by mistake pass for your Facebook account. I see you try for debate or you try for argue with Amber Food. Amber Food would ask some question and then you try for answer them. What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you stupid? What are you doing? Amber not there for learn sense. It there for there because he be angry. It get an emotional response. It not there for critical thinking. No. No ever waste your time with that kind of shit, no wipe last. No waste your time. Go find picture for Ayeke where they don't wipe and kind of they come up past can go you. If it leaves some comment for your page, you delete them. It leaves some comment for your account, you delete the comment. Then you don't waste the time. It takes you 3 seconds for delete a comment. It will take you about 20 seconds for type your reply. Type, 20 seconds of your life gone. And you know will affect no change. Nothing. And but never ever learn. Shit, no wife not adulting them. Especially the one that they make noise on Facebook. They need to learn. So antagonize them. Use an emotional response. Now wait that way they react to. If they already be angry, make them even more angrier. That one concern you full side. Make them know say whatever the things that they do, they get people the way they do worse than them. Terrorists, they will only respond to terrorism. They will only respond to violence. If terrorists bring AK-47 for fight, you bring attack jet, you go understand. Now the only language that we go understand. If you bring attack jet, you bring nuclear weapon, you end the world. Now the only language that terrorists go understand. But for talk say you could go palapala with or you could go play tabala with, that nonsense stops today. Vera, I hope so they hear me. Laura Elinge, I hope someone hear me. AB Moon and the rest, I hope someone hear me. And no one forever see when a day for whether na me for a page or na for some other page when they discuss, dialogue or negotiate or debate anything with Ambashi no wipe last. You antagonize them and you check out. You have more important things to do. If they pass you, you go whatever you want, type and put in a comment section under me for a page. What if we type that thing, post them for your own account? You don't say you will get more, you will create bigger impact. How many people them? Even if for you go for me for if me for post on same way, even that 100,000 people they see them. Question for you now, Sabiti, out of that 100,000, now how many comments a day for day? Maybe 2,000 comments, and out of that 2,000 comments, them now how many your own comment for the number now 1 out of 1,000 comments. Now ask yourself, say now how many people they will see your comments? What impact are you creating? But whatever way you type them, send them as a comment for day. Just imagine, say, if you be type that thing, you post them as a post for your own account or for your own page, and then now you share them. That same time where you take them for type that nonsense for send them as a comment only for me for your page. What if we take exactly the same time for post them as an ordinary post from your account, and then you share them only to 2 groups? You don't already get like 100 times the number of people the way they will see them. You don't create 100 times the impact. So why would I go waste my time? Me, I will make that mistake time I will start. Okay, I will go for tapping a page, the comment, the try for sensitize or contribute them. Go for Eric to a page for 2018 around July, August time. Before I start my Blacklegism. And then I realize I waste my time. 1, they need to learn. 2, the lies they keep coming up. 3, how many people will see my comment? So I decide to create my own platform. I start from zero scratch. See what's how we did today. See what's how we did today. Because I decided to make effective Blacklegism. If I get only 5 minutes for use them, I maximize that 5 minutes. I maximize that time. I not go for Mimimefo or Tapang or Erita to Ayabacho or Alphabet TV. Go for them for go to argue with them. No. You go for them, go antagonize them, find 2, 3 pictures, go dump them, check out. You get more important things to do with your life. You get more important things then. That one na gear 1 for Blacklegism. For go shit on for Eric to their page or Mimime for or whatever they argue. Ambashi no black. In fact, na gear 0 for Blacklegism that. You get more important things to do. So maybe we start to do them. So as I will talk, when I feel remember time with the United States policy it be changed with the visa restrictions them. But they try all kinds of style, as I don't already show una. They try all kinds of style for run a lap of victory. Okay? They try for talk today, so the statement will come out from the State Department, Anthony Blinken, on the 7th of June. They try to run a lap of honor and claim victory. Say this, so whatever. What the countryman do? I don't really explain for now. For that 7th of June, that thing will come up. And I don't really know, so they don't indict Americans, but I know they don't get the names. So what the countryman do? Instead for me for go, they argue about visa restrictions with embassy, no white lies. I don't have time for that. What you may do? We change the narrative. I force them to talk about the indictment. Even though at that time the indictment nobody don't exist, no man nobody know, so they don't indict. They indict the people on the 1st of June, but because now the Department of Justice need to broadcast their indictments. So now we get people them in the background like Barrister Sala, they work hard for finding out the names of the people the way. When I know how many people they indict them for America every day, a day, an hour, plenty. Now hard work for go sift through all the thousands of indictments them for find the one way we would look them. Those 3 names them. So now by the 8th, Countryman go live, it broadcast them, say they don't indict 3 people them. By the 9th, I post them. Even at that time, I don't even still know names them. All man crush me, they call them black, they say nah, fake news, this and that. I know, till today, I never really talked me about the visa restrictions them. All when me I focus on now wait now the indictments. Okay, so when I see the way we do them, and when we will bring about the United States indictments, what it happen, we totally and completely erase other noise where they be talking about visa restrictions. Now, visa restrictions, it become a nonsense, no news. Now, the whole world started talking about what indictments. When I say even Francophone newspapers, them. Now we will start talking since the 8th of June. Now we will start talking since the 8th of June. This one, a Francophone newspaper, by the 14th of June. Now end this day on the front pages. Okay? I know say Beltus attest on the watch. If you expect me for read this French, it'll waste the time. I know will read me that French. Okay? Now another French that they want to now so the 14th of June where they post them. Now in this. Now if you see the date, now 14th of June that where they post them. Cameroonians be indicted in America for financing terrorism. I read Amina for English. Okay, now we will make this news, it go on the front pages. Now in that, another one that this one too now so 14th of June. Newspapers all over Cameroon, they carry the story. Then when I see this news article, they will na time that way it just been a visa restrictions. All newspaper organizations they will carry them, they will talk about visa restrictions them. But Countryman in no bulge. Okay, when I say I'm for you to say 8th of June, it be still been about visa restrictions them, but the indictments have not be yet been known, even though they don't indict them now since the 1st of June. So all newspapers, all things they were talking about with the visa restrictions, they go, even for example, you get My Media Prime, they get a prime time discussion about visa restrictions. And at that time, Amber they be one for talk about visa restrictions. Amber they be one for change the narrative, for talk, for make people think say America they on their side, because even they will actually talk openly, publicly. Amber they will talk say if America nobody support which way they do then why they never arrest them. Now which that Amber they will talk. Say those so these visa restrictions that Ayabacho it didn't have for Norway, you get Tapang it didn't have for America, Eric Tato didn't have for America, Mangang for America, you get Chris Anu for America, Sako Ekomede for America, Akwanga for America, and then you get Irene Gwa didn't have for America, you get all these other people that didn't have for America. If to say America nobody support Amber, then why they never arrest them? Now what is that way Amber they talk? So now Countryman decides waiting. No, I don't care about visa restrictions. Besides, me I don't need visa for go for America. And also, whether Cameroon minister want go for America, that one I business. If it need visa, that one I business. It don't concern me. But what me I want for do now, we go change this story. I talk say we go change this story, and how we change them. We'll decide for talk now about the indictment. The names they can't come out. We'll continue to talk about the indictment. The indictment will hammer them. So they I go post and say, Mimi Mefo, I don't know, but you don't hear say they indict Americans and they indict Cameroon terrorists, anti-terrorism for America. I post. We'll hammer them. Blackleg, they take them, they share them. When I march fire, we share them. And then I go live. I talk. We go live. I go live about 3 times just about that indictment. I go live on the 8th, I go live on the 10th, I go live on the 11th. We'll broadcast the documents, and as I go live, I show them, because I know say journalists the day for the day they watch. Anglophone journalists they watch, they follow Countryman in order for know what way they go on. Now the truth that they here right now they watch, even they know they here now, they go can't watch them later. I give them tips. I tell them, say, go for this website, go for this link. You go download the documents and for yourself, examine them, go write about them. Before when I want to see Francophone newspaper, they start write them, Anglophone newspaper, they start write about them. Now Countryman. So when Eric Tato can't tell when I say Countryman now 0 for public opinion, whatever. Now I say they don't know the game where Countryman they play in the background. No man, no need for quote Countryman. But me, I don't help for put more than 10 headlines for the front page of newspapers and for Cameroon. I didn't even talk about the big ones and like Madame Ayafo Florence, because all I know say now Countryman me first broadcast that video, and without that video, Madame Ayafo Florence died. If for just a torture and murder and that terrorist attack, if for just being like any ordinary other news, any ordinary other Anglophone will be die. But now we make Madame Ayafo Florence in news. It go. So every time when I see some person talk about Madam Ayafo Florence, now countryman. Now countryman put that news article for the front lines in the international media and everything else. Now country people. Now country people. Me and you. Now combined collective effort. Now we will do them so. So we will not ever underestimate the impact where we will do them. Okay, my country people. So now, as I be the talk, whether Amber want to talk about visa restrictions, that will not bother me. I let them talk about visa restrictions, but I tell them, say, they not go ignore me. We'll continue for the march fire for the talk about it. Indictment. And what we will do. Now the genius thing this will do. My showing at this, for instance, even for this live broadcast today. Now the picture that I choose for you, Mangang. I make Mangang the face of the consequences of sponsoring terrorism for Cameroon. Even though not 3 of them will be noted the indictment, I don't worry about the other 2. I pick one, I hang for your neck. I broadcast your picture, your face for them with indictment. Today, all man we want to talk about Mangang. It talk like say Mangang indictment. He second name na indictment. After you talk Mangang, the next word now it's indictment. And just like how now, after you talk Amber, the next word now it's terrorist. Now we, Blacklegism for Facebook, we don't achieve that one. We change the narrative. We even change the way people did look at Amber on the ground. We change the way people did talk about Amber on the ground. Now we did do them so. Now the impact that we will create them. When now person hear about Amber, what did they think about? Shit, no white blast. Now who cause them? Now who do them? 2.5, 3 years of repeating the same thing over and over again. All man now they call them say, wait, shit, no white blast. Honestly, my country people, I talked to minister the other day. Minister for pay. When he used the word Amber, it just become a reflex for you. He talks to Amber and then he use shit, no white blast. And they say, sir, you get to realize that you be minister for Cameroon. No? Then he realizes, so they start laugh. So whenever you hear about Amber, the next word where they can't wait, shit, no white blast. Whenever you hear Amber, fool, you hear Amber, terrorist. Now we don't change the narrative. Now we decide. We now understand. So we use that picture over and over again with the word indictment, consequences, indictment, terrorism. Now you conject your own narrative for people them, whether they like them or not. Newspaper articles them. I go show now. No countryman they always talk Martin and talk with evidence. Newspaper they start pick them up. What's how this thing they serve? Also the newspaper clip day. Now in that, when I say they put na Mangang a picture for the front pages by the 18th of June, and they talks about it. Separatists disown woman indicted in the United States for trafficking. Now we're not countryman. Now we Blacklegs will do them so. So my country people them. May I go back? I want to talk about one other thing. This live broadcast has already they approach 1.5 hours. Hopefully it will be more than 2 hours. But if it be more than 2 hours, so be it. So as I will talk, the Department for Justice, they usually announce the indictments them. Some of the indictments they actually be sealed. But because of our efforts, we go unearth the indictments. When I remember I said 2 on a Tamu for St. Michael, they've been indicting us since 2019. When I think say Amber shit no white they don't know. You think say Eric Tato no know. Tapanga Yabacho, they don't know so they don't indict Tamu for St. Michael. You not think say they don't know. Or you think say Tamu for St. Michael, time they be arrested after the indictment, you think say Tamu for St. Michael no know. Tamu for St. Michael don't already plead guilty. Now you don't hand over your phone and need to work with the feds. Now from your phone where they be indict Mangang and Walter's Muma and the other one where they call the name say now what is her? I don't forget the other one. Walter's Muma and Mangang, and the other one now in Akem Roger. None of them 4, actually none of them 13. In fact, my play for now this. Now give me 1 second. I want for play for now this video. Some video there for here, where I want for play for now, and then after when I listen to the video, then we will continue. We'll continue the live broadcast. My control. Now give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I just say a lot of things every day. We continue line them up for play. It's okay. Now this one, when I listen.
It was
an unfortunate situation that happened. My gang, we have learned, and 3 others are being indicted by the U.S. government for illegally dealing in arms, ammunition. First, I like to make a number of clarifications here because I know people have sent messages asking, is Mahinga part of your interim government? The answer is no. She has not been part of this government. She used to be a cabinet member. She was fired from being from that position, and for probably 3 years, she hasn't been part of the interim government. But I want to assure you, this has nothing to do with this interim government.
We cannot compromise anything. They are not, it's not only 3 people. There are about 13 people involved.
When I hear 13.
In this whole saga since 2018.
When I hear, they know. They knew.
And they have been investigated and they have been indicted.
Exactly.
Some of them are pleading guilty and having plea bargaining.
When I hear,
I want to sound an alarm that the interim government for now to stay as far as possible from these people because we are at the crossroads of what is happening today. You cannot violate an American law, a federal law in the U.S. and expect to get out of it. I don't know how standing behind Mangang is going to happen. But I'm saying, if you look at the 13, we have a lot, some of the people who are our supporters. They may not be in the interim government, but they are our supporters. But I cannot classify them along with Manga. Given the statement that Manga has been making since 2018 till today. Listen, I am saying that you can do whatever political thing you want to do, but stay away from that case because it's a criminal case and it happened. They were caught hands down. They were caught doing what they were doing. I don't know where some of you are claiming that if she succeeded, it would have been beneficial to us. How do we know that when we have people like Ayabacho killing our people? Do you know whether those guns, those things could have been shipped to get to Ayabacho? I don't know. But I'm saying the interim government should be very careful, stay away from a criminal matter like this.
Yeah.
And let justice take its course. Please. Right. Because we are at the crossroads. The American government is looking at our case and looking very carefully, and we cannot take the risk of being complacent by those who violate American law. Please be very careful. We should be very careful. That is my take on this. I'm not talking like a lawyer. I'm not talking like a lawyer. I'm not talking like a politician on this matter.
Yeah, Barrister John, I think I agree with you. Every other person agrees with you. Barrister John, I get your point. I really understand. This interim government will not defend her. And I am not defending her by any means. But I am saying she is just one Amazonian, perhaps, who was trying to do something that could help. We don't know, but that is what she was doing. Barrister John, I give you the
Chris, can I?
Yes, please.
Can I? Since 2018, this particular woman has been against the interim government and against.
Let me tell you something there, Barrister John.
Let me finish.
I will come to you. I want just to confirm what you are saying. She left the interim when she was fired from the interim government. She told people that it was all Chris Anu that made her to be fired from the interim government. This is a woman, I don't know when I last talked to, maybe about 4 years ago. So listen, I am not on her side on anything, but I am looking at this from the perspective of any other Amazonian. Thank you. Go on, sir.
Well, I was saying that since 2018, this woman has been against the interim government. And for anybody to think that she will sit arms on the ground for interim government, It's neither here nor there.
No, nobody is saying that at all. I don't even believe that. So please, let's get it right.
Listen to me. If I find out where Ayamacho is getting his arms, I'm going to attack it. Look, listen, because any arm that goes down to our territory, it's a double sword. It can get into the hands of Atanganji boys. It can get into the hands of Ayamacho, and they will do harm to our people. All I'm saying, as a lawyer, I'm trying to say that let's not rock the boat. Let the judicial system run its course. If you have to do something political, maybe demonstration, well, I have nothing against that.
No. Demonstration for
what? I am saying that.
In case I have something to say.
To stay as far as possible from this case.
All right,
because we are at the crossroads right now, and we need the support of this country where we live and we enjoy freedom. Anybody who violates the law of the land here should pay the music. That's all I'm saying.
Awesome. That's all we all want.
Okay, my contributor. So when I see that video, that particular live broadcast where Alphabet TV, Chris Anu, they be doing, it will be more than 3.5 hours long. When I think it is so, the editors them for the Guardian Post Daily or whatever. When I think they be take the time to go sit down watch the live video for 3.5 hours. No, they only know say it is so. Amber, it don't reject Mangang because of that video where Countryman it caught him and then it broadcast them for WhatsApp and everywhere else. And now this is what they talk about. When the Guardian Post Daily, it post them say separatists disown woman indicted in the US for trafficking arms to the Northwest and Southwest. This one now the 18th of June. Now because of Una Countryman, where basically Namia write this news article, Namia write this headline. Yes, but that's that video where we caught them, then we share them, then it go viral for WhatsApp, it fly for YouTube, it fly for Facebook, we get thousands and thousands of views, and for Facebook I think 13,000 views. And last time I checked, for Facebook it go far. Now from their way, the Guardian Post journalists they say Countryman don't do them again. They go for Countryman page or no Anglophone newspaper. No Anglophone journalist, no day for Cameroon, we need to follow Countryman page. No one, no day. All of them, many of them, they can't get their news now for country people. Now the truth that sometimes they do something they want confirm and they first can't have for Countryman page. No be lie. They can't confirm them. Yes. So now they go now for Countryman page, they go see as Chris Anu says the talk, as Fru John so the talk, the disown Mangang. They say no, we're not getting nothing to do with this woman. It be been this and that cabinet member, but the Bisaki. As soon as they indict, I don't tell when I say Amber no get friend. So when I see and say this, so for that live broadcast with Chris Anu, they be doing for 3.5 hours. It no matter. Now only the 6 minutes where Countryman it cut them from that video, put them out there, it changed the narrative. We spoil all things. We change the narrative to whatever we want. We now understand. So as I talk, sometimes the way you get to deliberately lose a battle in order for win the war. And I don't talk to now before. Say for example, maybe not every single silly comment for Facebook where you get to respond to, you get to be strategic. You get to be focused on the goal. No focus your attention too much on arguing, debating with Amber fools and shit. No why then you do waste your time. So this one example for una. I don't tell una about this particular guy we named Alan Turing, where he be being the scientist where it designed what they call the thinking machine. Now he be credited with the invention of the modern computer. Now he be being a British scientist where he helped during World War II for decipher the Enigma machine for World War II. Okay, so the Germans will use this Enigma for encode their messages, and before they send them out. So the British, the Russians, and the Allies, they don't if you understand what the Germans did the plan. So because of that, the Germans will be very successful. But now, Mateo something. After this guy Alan Turing, he break the code, the Enigma machine code. He know all the communications where Germans didn't make him. He knew. He decided deliberately not to act on that intelligence, because they be bringing for decipher the Enigma machine so that they could win the war and not for win the battle. Because for World War II, now understand that they will get over 2,190 days where the world be there at war. And in all those 2,000 something days, now 75 million people they die for World War II. I don't know if you now understand what time I talk. Now 75 million people. Man put them into perspective, okay? Now 75 million people they die. World War II where we've been at 2,190 days. So if you work them out, you see and say every single day will be the loss like 34,246 people them. Every single day during World War II. Now the number of people that died, they will die every single day. So the British scientists understand today, so for every day where they shorten the war, they could save 34,000 plus lives. So now if you get the intelligence, say the Russians, they want to go attack, the Germans, they want to go attack this military base, or they want to go attack this Air Force base, or they go attack their submarines or the warships or whatever. It calculates and say that submarine now, how many people are there inside? 200. The warship now, how many people they work with? The 1,000, so even now 1,000. The military base or the town where they go bomb up, now how many people they could die? It work out the death to and say so maybe that attack now only 2,000 people they could die. Okay, it prefer for sacrifice those 2,000 people them, because like even Amber they don't tell you say you have to make eggs or break eggs to make an omelette. He knows say he go sacrifice those 2,000 people them, may they die, they go bomb that military base or they go bomb that small village. Made the Germans, they bomb them, and then they get the false sense of security. They get the false sense, say they so. The British, they don't know which way they do. And then they want to go attack the next small village. They leave them deliberately. Because no matter all battles you get to fight them. Because your goal get to be now for winning the war and not winning the battle. Because for those 2,190 days of that war, every day they will get hundreds of different battles. They will get battles in the Atlantic. They will get battles in Germany itself, in the USSR. They will get one that will happen for Okinawa, for Japan. You will get battles that will happen for France, for Poland, for Czech Republic. All over the world now, World War, even inside Cameroon, the Germans and they will fight against the British and the French inside Cameroon. So now thousands of battles that will happen. So your mission, not enough for win a battle, your mission now for win a war. So some battles the day way you get to just talk say I no go bother for fight that one. You'd leave them. So if you understand, every single day where they shorten the world war, they will save 34,000 plus lives. So just imagine if we shorten the war by 100 days. Just imagine how many people then you don't save them. 3-point-something million people their lives. You don't save them by shortening the war by 100 days. So now if you understand, so you get to start think like a chess player. You're playing at chess. Sometimes the day where you deliberately sacrifice your own in order for win something bigger, you need to break eggs to make an omelette. That is it. So the only reason why they talk about this one, I say, now wait. So Amber Fools, they want to talk about visa restrictions. We'll dash them visa restrictions. Maybe they talk about visa restrictions all they want. But what we want to talk about now, wait. Mangang. We'll focus on Mangang. We'll project Mangang in face as the face of the consequences of sponsoring terrorism. It worked, and it worked like magic. It worked. I'm not telling you how it worked. In the background, their fundraising is stopped. People them, they start to question Amber Fools. And for example, if you approach Amber Fool, they ask you for money, he will ask you, say, not true. Not true, say they don't indict Mangang. Not true, say they tap your phone. Not true, say if I send Mangang message, FBI, it could listen them. Not true. They ask them those questions and they ask yourself, say, now who give them the idea, say Mangang will plead guilty? Now who give them the idea, say Mangang will enter plea deal and then he will sell other people them in order to save himself? Now who give them the idea, say Mangang phone, it be tapped? Now, na countryman, na MKPD, it gives them that fear of the unknown. I might explain for now what that fear of the unknown mean. Just imagine, Eric Tatofi go make boom. The talk say lockdown this, we get to lockdown, shut down. When I remember for 2018-19, that noise when they make them, they say lockdown this and that. Eric Tatofi make that live broadcast so now 30,000 people they can't see him. You know what? He don't care about when 30,000. He care about one. One should know why blast. He care about the one should know why blast way. It will hear what we editor to talk. A hide for some back bending corner for Bamenda. It shoot one bullet for air. It chakra the whole place. Now, Bamenda will get 400,000 people then or more, about 500,000 people then. Their activities grind to a halt. They no go market. They go get where they call and say lockdown because of one shit no blast where if fire one bullet in the air because editor to be go make noise, it convince one. All we need for doing to convince that one where go hear you go carry out the action where you want them. One. Now all that. Because now the rest of the population will start talking about the fear of the unknown. The fear of the unknown. Because you don't know what fear happen or what you expect, you better just stay you for house. And that is it. So you get to learn the strategies where your enemies use them, and then you implement your enemies their own strategies against them. And I wish that would be so successful at. So now, as we spread all that message, spread them, it only take now one person for here which we contemand the talk and it go repeat them to Eric Sato that they know say my mission be accomplished. Now the fundraising is stopped in the background. So now people they decide not to contribute because they fear say this thing America where you don't start to indict them, especially imagine say you've been a sound visa, you not get paper for America, and then now they tell you and say America don't start investigate people the way they contribute money to Amber. What's the impact so you think say it will get on their financial contributions? The people that already launch war from donations. Okay, now we'll be bringing that analysis. Contribute make about 5 audios them during those few days them, that 7-8 days them, and make audios them. Force all the embassy no terrorists them for talk about Mangang. They never want to talk about Mangang. They indict them now since the 1st of June. You think say Mangang nobody knows they indict it. Even know, but you think say Mangang we can't talk. It no be talk. Okay, but we now continue. So now inside every WhatsApp group, I've spread those audios them inside. It go viral. We'll do live broadcast upon live broadcast. We'll hammer that particular issue. So they will raise the public consciousness. Now newspapers them inside Cameroon, and I don't even show now the newspapers them, the Francophone one demo, Anglophone one demo, international newspaper organization them, like the RFI Radio France, something international. They pick up the news, they write about them because of una countryman. Now we hammer them for Facebook, we share them because of we, the black legs of Facebook, and we put pressure on the embassy for come publicly for can address the indictments. We did that. Now we do them so. We, Black Legs. Eric Tato can't talk about the indictments. Chris Anu can't talk about them. I don't just play on the audio or the video where Chris Anu and Fru John so they can't talk about the Mangang indictment. Ayabacho talk about the Mangang indictment. Akwanga can't talk about all them. So they can't talk about the indictments. Why? Because of we, the Black Legs. Because of we. They be want to talk about visa restrictions. We talk say no, we don't talk about visa restrictions. We will talk about indictments, and we now go be forced for can't talk about that indictments. We need to ask now. Me for go post about the indictments. I need to ask you, I need to beg you. They go post about the indictment. Yes. Now we do them so. Now the power that way you and me will get them when we come together, we decide say something they happen. It happen. We need to beg no man. Like how in Bat Eugene they talk no jiga. Now we do them so. So now this time, Mangang, he feel the pressure for come now, he be forced for come publicly record audios them, send them out there for confirm the facts that he be indicted. Now who do so? Now we're not countryman. Now we, the Black Legs, the contractors, the conjectors, now we do them so. Mangang, because even Mangang your own phone, because one of the things in that some persons have spread Mangang contacts out there as well, and then you get the people the way they been a Mangang your own close relatives. Now they start see the posters, make countryman and Black Legs, they spread them all over the place. They be concerned, so they start calling, say Mangang, what is happening, man? Just imagine, say you get within 1 or 2 days, then you get like 50 phone calls them. They'll call you about the same thing over and over again. You could explain that for who leave who. And then they listen to audios where countryman they and say, if you dare call Mangang they wear wire. Mangang go sell this nonsense revolution for buy your own skin. Mangang no go prison new one. It go must cut a plea deal. And as they talk, it takes the people in here, and then Mangang be forced for can't make audios them. They talk say yes, not true, they don't indict me, blah 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 blah. Now we do them so. Okay, ma ask you something. Here is the question for you, my contributor. When I think say Mangang they learn of the indictment now from MKPD. No, una answer them for the comment section. I want to see una answer for this comment section. When I think say Mangang it be learn about the indictment now from MKPD. The indictment now on the 1st of June. Now on number 8th day for June, where Countryman it post now for the very first time. So tell me now, you think say Mangang be know the first time that time where Countryman post them? Answer them for the question. Answer them for the comment section. When I answer that question for me. When I think say Mangang be learn the first time about the indictment now from me. If me I be know about the indictment, you think say Mangang no be don't know. Exactly. Manga Bear say no. Lodesta Bezalel say no. Rostan Amman say no. Esobubu say no. Ikome Simon say no. Or Ikoli Simon. They say no. Of course the answer is no. So Mangang be no. Say they don't indict he. He be talk. He be can't talk. He no talk. But why then is that record audios and they put them out there on the 10th, on the 11th? If not na me and you will foresee. For can't confirm them. If not na me and you will get that power. No, now we get that power. Now me and you will get that power. We force Mangang, we can't confirm them publicly. No, I don't play the audios them when I hear. It talk and say yes, they don't indict me. No, now me and you. She knew about it like how a young Paul talk. She knew about it long ago, but they decided to keep him back. Shh. They knew about the indictment for Tamufos and Michael. Now Mangang and Tamufos and Michael, they make the arrangements then for ship those weapons them to Nigeria. That container, they spend money and they talk about the tune of about 20 million francs for buy those guns them and weapons and those that things that will be there for that container where they want ship and send for Nigeria. Just imagine now, say the United States ATF, the Bureau for Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Ammunition, ATF, they seize the container, they impound them, and then they arrest Tamufos and Michael, the indictee since 2019. And then they tell me, say, Mangang no be no, say they indict Tamufos and Michael for 2019. Say they seize the container of their weapons every day. You tell me, say, Mangang no be no. You tell me, say, the people the way they contribute money, give them, me they buy the weapons. If you think that they don't know, say that container no arrive on the ground. You think that they don't know. They knew. They don't know, but they know, say, for that news for common outside, now tarnishing. It go tarnish Amber. It go cut down on their fundraising. It go demoralize the people them. It go then create the narrative, say this, so America be against Amazonia. And now why that way they for do everything for not make me that news it come off outside. But the news it come off outside and will make them it become front page newspaper articles like this one when I say and so. Now who do them so? Now who do them so? When I write in our comment section, now who do them so? Now who? Now write and tell me. Now who do them so? Now we Blacklegs will do them so. Now we will force them for can't talk and say yes, they don't indict we. Now we will force these newspaper articles them for come on our front pages them. Now we will do them. Tamufos and Michael own. And nobody when I don't ever see them for newspaper. If no the time we Countryman start posting, and the first time when I hear about Tamufos and Michael, no so, and then Mangang own. When I hear for the first time now this June 2021 for the 8th of June, time we Countryman start talk about them. Now the first time that, but when I think say Mangang, they don't know. They don't know. The deals the way Tamufos and Michael don't cut them. They know. It don't already plead guilty. It don't already work with the feds. It wear YSL. They know. And Mangang, who knows what they don't already do now? Mangang we get the first arraignment in the court a few days ago, the same day where they arrest Nnamdi Kanu, bring him for Nigeria. And the very first day to that way, Mangang be there for court. If you get a court session via a video link because of coronavirus, you get a court session via video link. If you there for court, the arraignee officially charge you. It plead not guilty or plead whether guilty or not guilty, but if you get the arraignment in court. So it then and when through John so can tell when I say in fact now 13 of them. Are you surprised? On the 12th of June 2024, they indict the other one we named now Roger Akem. Yes. Now number 4 that I feel confirm without fear of favor. Authoritatively say 4 of them. You get Walters Muma, Mangang, you get Tamufos and Michael, and you get Roger Akem. Confirm where I don't show one at the indictment papers from the State Department, from the Department of Justice for America. You understand? So that one, no be question. We don't ask no man in permission. Now we do them so. Laura Linge says she already knew, but we dragged her silly ass to the public. Yes. Now we will drag their ass for public. We can't talk about that. Now we. Now we. Now the question, now small question, I want more to understand. You know, learning indictment not from me, but they never get choice. By the time when they want come now for public, Akwanga, Sako, Chris Anu, Eric Tato, Manga, by the time they want come for public, now for can they talk about the indictment? Now because they never get choice. They never get choice. Now we who make and they don't get choice. They will be forced to come and talk about the indictment. Think about it. That news has been a bad, terrible, no good, horrible news for Amber. Do you really think that Amber Fools and they be one for can't give that news any more airtime for can they talk about them? No. Even today, Eric to be their life, they talk about the indictment. Now we will do them so. Okay? But they could not ignore the public interest in the story because of the pressure where we will put them on social media. We force them for can't address them publicly. So follow Countryman lead if you be in doubt. Let me lead you if you be in doubt about what if you do with Blacklegism. You go see the direction where would they go, and you go see the impact when it pay off. Even if you did doubt, even if you know yet we see what's how would they go, or you know yet we understand why would they do the things where would they do them, trust your countryman. You get my WhatsApp number, ask me. And in the long run, you could see for yourself how it could pay off. Okay, my contributor. Because of we newspapers around the world, they start report about these two news articles. The U.S. indictment of Amber terrorist Eric Chinje with Cool Chris Anu, and now we would decide them, and then we force these two news items them into the public consciousness. Now we would do them. That is just two examples them in the past 2 weeks. Not to mention other major news items like Madame Ayafo Florence and where we become a global news event because of we Blacklegs. Now we do Ambasso. So we send some of the information that we send directly to decision makers them, like I don't tell you, to the presidency, to the French ambassador and other big news organizations them. Those kind of people, they don't ever quote me. And I know one day they quote me at all, I don't get interest. But we are not working for recognition or reward. Now one of the reasons that. So the impact, it be unmistakable. You know if we mistake the impact where we create them, but we don't want any recognition or whatever. So all it takes now one person in the right place at the right time, if it cause a lot of impact. For example, countryman, me, I've been an example with our Blacklegism. How one person, if it cause major impact. But when I know say country people, not be one person, not thousands of we. For example, I give you one example. When MKPD did live like right now, 107 people did watch him live only. You go hear Ambashi no web live, they can't talk say, he say, countryman views they don't go down, now only 100 and something they're watching, But what's in my target? Time I start for 2018, my target will be now waiting 4. If I will get 4 people, they can't watch me live. I know I don't kill them. Okay? So never, no relent, no blink. They go only can talk all those things for try in their desperate attempts for try to demoralize you or try to demoralize we, because they know say we don't use that demoralization as a weapon against them, and it is working. We don't demoralize them. We don't sap away their support, their enthusiasm, where it don't affect their presence on social media as well. We don't reduce the number of shares, comments, and likes and the views for their platforms. Then we don't deplatform Tapang, deplatform Barretta, deplatform Eric Tato, deplatform many of them, and then we don't even convert some of their activists, them like Yannick Sekon, Sofoncha, and Go Santos, convert them into Blacklegs. They come now for our side. As we demoralize them, we don't cut the fundraising, we don't create splinter groups amongst them with the infighting and everything. We don't cause dissatisfaction, tensions, and then withdrawals. People, they don't withdraw. No, forget about person like Yannick Sekon. That one, Yannick Sekon and Go Santos and Nick and Sofoncha, they come out publicly. But tell you something. Thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of Amber, they don't withdraw from this Facebook nonsense where they don't make a noise, where they don't make sound. They just quietly come on them, just begin mind their business. And the more we continue to demoralize the Amber Fools for social media, the more we galvanize ourselves, the Blacklegs, we become more excited, more motivated to do more. Think about just one shit no wipe last way hide. As I don't tell you now, on Monday, it shoot one gun, one bullet in the air. And then Ronnie, if you paralyze the whole town, the fear of the unknown. And that one, it be caused by just one shit nowhere blast. where they radicalize them, but only one person where he followed their instructions, if it caused that kind of impact. We too, if we use that against them, we too will get the opportunity to antagonize them. If you post your video or content, and even just 100 people they see them, all you need now one person out of that 100 for act. That's it. So you go post some video where now Bui warriors they make them they attack ADF. Say ADF don't do this. Now that kind of video where you could share and so they go past. You only need now one amber boy for CM. That we don't drink that at or you don't take that drugs and they climb for your head. You see that video so it vexes it. You go catch one amber boy from ADF side, it wipe him, and then that's all we need. Now all that we need. And maybe now you be share that video. The amber person we can't begin laugh. You say now only 100 people they don't see your video. All what you need now one person for watch them. In fact, you need only one person. That 100 means it be 100 times more effective. You need only one amber she know life to see that video. You go wipe another amber boy because they vex. And then the snowball effect, the dominoes effect, avalanche. And then you don't cause friction, confusion. Now amber go catch the other amber, wipe them. The other one catch this one, wipe them. Continue to remind them about the Bui massacre. Continue to remind them about the Goza massacre. No ever leave and make it sleep. Instead for you to go shit on the type things say this so you convince Amber Fool, you tell you say no, the constitution of the Cameroon government says this and that. No, we gain our independence. Who cares? Amber no care. Amber no care about that one. They no care. Some of them already know all that history. They just vex. So go find thing where you can turn their heart the more. You see Amber where the vex, find chuk their heart the more. That's Blacklegism. Effective Blacklegism. So you post whatever you think. If Amber want to talk to you about no pity, talk to you about Bui warriors, talk to you about Bui massacre. Now you decide which way you want to talk about. I don't give you an example. Maybe now all battles them you go win them. Sometimes the day you deliberately decide to lose a battle because you want to win the war. You talk say when I want to talk about no pity, I don't care. Continue to talk about no pity. Me I go talk me and about Opopo. Me I go talk me now about Chacha. Me I go talk me now about Ayeke. Me I go talk me now about Fonte Lucas. You decide. Now we Black Legs now we decide for Facebook. We change the narrative to whatever we want. We decide. When I type up some of a comment section, say I decide. Say Black Legs decide. In fact, inside we don't just decide. We dictate. We cumtate. Actually, that cumtation. Nana cumtation. We cumtate. Which way they happen for Facebook? We cumtate them. Type and send up a comment section say, I cumtate what happens on Facebook. Black Legs cumtate. Yes, now with the cumtate. No, not even dictation, na cumtation. With the cumtate. So when Amber she know what, and if you see some Black Leg where they make that mistake, warn me. Tell you say we are the cumtators. Now with the cumtate, which way we discuss about Facebook. So you change the narrative for suit your agenda. I don't care whether they want to talk about visa restrictions, me I will tell them about indictment. I don't care whether they want to talk about no pity, me I will talk to them about Chacha. We are the cumtators. When I don't hear no, we are the cumjectors, we are the cumtators, and we'll give them consequences with a K for their terrorism. And we are the country people. Yes. So like this guy don't talk, he say we cumtate, I cumtate. Yeah, Mario Bernard say I cumtate. Yes, we decide, we cumtate. Or even a cumside. Now with the cumside, what if we do with the cumtation? Yes. So as I don't talk about changing the narratives, we don't subconsciously and even consciously turn the population in the Anglophone zone from saying things like our boys to saying things like those boys. For 2018, they will talk say our boys, our boys. Now for 2021, they talk with those boys. Now who do them so? Now we do them so. We don't successfully make it be possible now for go from saying Amber boys to saying Amber terrorists, Amber fools, Amber shit no white blast. That changing of the narrative, now we don't do them, whether consciously or subconsciously. Every time you repeat those words over and over and over again, it becomes second nature to the people, the way they watch you, whether they see what you write. Now, why that way? Even for the comment section under my page, if some person can't write the word Amber boy for day, I delete the comment. Or I respond to your comment, say they are not Amber boys, they are Amber terrorists. And if you don't be prepared for say they be terrorists, say Amber terrorists, then I will ban you from my page. You know, whoever leave comment from my page, because unless you say Amber terrorists, Amber shit no white blast, Amber criminals, Any word where it be derogatory, where it be demeaning, where it be belittling, if you not be prepared for use those kind of terms against them, not even bother for leave comment from my page. I will block you, ban you. I don't care whether you've been at the biggest black leg. No, if you know to use those, now I said now we the cumtate. Now I don't come side say I go cumtate. Say now so it is now my platform now me a creator. And I've been at the Igwe, the contractor of all the black legs, the king. So that is it. Comtization in action, that is it. As Venya Nyango talk. So, as I talk, now huge achievement, this way we would not achieve them from to go from the population referring to them as our boys to those boys. Now massive achievement, you know if you understand. The go from calling them Amber boys to Amber shit, no webblers, Amber thief, Amber criminals, Amber terrorists, Amber fools. All of those things, and now we don't change that narrative. And the local population, now that they see Amber with a different, a different view when they look at them. Now because of we. Now, for being Amber boy, now a taboo. But for 2017 and 18, it be now a glamorous something. Yes. It be so glamorous where people they be pay money for their picking go join Amber. For 2017. Now we don't tell them na taboo. Na taboo. And hence why some poorly educated youth, they find themselves in Amber because for 2017 they believe that they do the right thing. They believe them and they be glamorous. So we don't change all of that. And in so doing, we'll never just stop Amber making no recruit the youths anymore, the poorly educated youths anymore. But we don't reverse them now. And now their recruitment there in the minors. Now we do them so. Now we move the picking out of the bush, send them for TDR Center, the one the way they run, go Nigeria, go Francophone zone, everywhere else. Now we don't make their recruitment there in the minors. Now we don't do them so. Some I contribute them. I will wrap up the live broadcast now. But tomorrow, when I'm Monday, number 5 day for July 2021, Contumani will come live again at exactly same time, 6 p.m. And I will talk briefly about the financial aspect, how we don't damage Amber financially. I will give you an example and a case study of how we don't damage Amber should know about terrorism. My contribute, but now I will give you a summary of this live presentation. My computer, and for giving that summary, I don't prepare some slides for una. So we'll start with that one. Today we're on number 4 day for July 2021. We will start with the secrets of our success, the winning strategy and effective Blacklegism. So we don't talk about the secret of our success. It be very simple. We'll be determined, no blinking, no wavering. We'll know exactly what we do. We'll be tenacious. We'll be hardworking. Whether now in your spare time at work for lunch break or at the just drive for motorway, we'll go live and we'll destroy Ambazona terrorism. Yeah, we'll get a united front against them. We'll help each other, create fake Facebook account, teach each other how to make them. People that do it, they don't know how to do basic things and like the difference between making a public post and a private post, how to ban person, how to add friends, how to join WhatsApp groups them or Facebook groups them. All of those small things that we help each other for achieve and we work together as a united front. Whether Nancy Sparks or Naoka Nasri Clovis to Beltus to Joel to Nakontuman to Agent Franklin Jume will get one single goal. We'll be focused on a clearly defined goal. So it makes them easier for achieve what we want for achieve. We're not going no infighting, unlike Amber fools them. Now, the winning strategy where we get tenacity, we they instigate and promote and then complify their infighting and confusion. I hope so. I know the meaning of complification. Instead for amplify them, we do them the cum style. So now we call and say complification. So now we get instigation and then promotion and complification of their infighting and confusion. Yes. And then now we do sensitization through effective communication. We control the news cycle from day to day, change the narrative if we need to, and change any narrative to anything we want them. Okay, for example, I don't give an example with Eric Chinche example, and the other one for the U.S. visa restrictions and the indictments. Them we change them. We decide say when they want to talk about visa restrictions, we will talk now about the indictments. Now still U.S. policy. Okay, when they want to talk about no pity, we'll talk about Opopo. Okay, And then when they talk about Eric Chinje, they bring Eric Chinje for the live broadcast. We turn the narrative around, make him it become Eric Chinje can't do our bidding. Chris Anu, he regret why bring Eric Chinje for Alphabet TV. So now so we do them. So now we also use humor for ridicule them and belittle them, and then make them look irrelevant, clownish, inconsequential, and then we call them names like shit, no white blast, amber fools, and amber terrorists. That one winning strategy where amber figure die. Amber figure die when we use humor. You know, just imagine, say you try to fight some person, you use all your power. You go say you want to go fight some person, you want to kill the person, then the person is laughing at you. It take you like you be inconsequential, like you be useless, non-entity, shit, no white blast. No matter how much threats it threaten you, say it go kill you, go do this, it go do that. You just laugh at it and then call it shit, no white blast. Do you know how that level of taunting it be demoralizing and it be very effective, my country people. So, and another way we will use them for our winning strategy in activity, we'll study the enemy when the amber shit, no white blast them, and amber fools them for Facebook. Then we use their own strategies against them. We put them to work for us. We mean, for example, when Chris Anu invite Eric Chinje for a live broadcast, you know, say they do Contoman a favor. When Eric to go live, you go begin talk, you know, say they do me a favor because I go use now so your own video and your own words for attacking. Even Mark Barretta, don't tell that one. Say Contoman they use now on our own words and on our own videos and on our own face pictures and everything for destroy una. So they work for us. Now, winning strategy that. Imagine, say, your enemy, they be busy for design and build weapons them. And then after they don't go through all that stress, they produce all that weapon them, then you just can take now the same weapon the way it design them for attack day. It means that it work for you. Now, what is that would do with ambushing no white blast? And now, we talk about effective blacklegism. So with being effective blacklegism, now one of the things that I talk say, focus your attention, maximize your output, make every second, make it count. One picture will be worth more than 1,000 words. Instead for you for sure for them to type, they say you want debate, amber fool, or you want change their mind. And I know say sometimes they should know why they can't talk something where go vex you, so they talk say, I must retaliate, I must talk. My belly no be store. I know. But now the weapon that way they use them against you. Their weapon now for distract, now for antagonize you, and you fall for the trap. You show ye the meaning of antagonization. Yes, you go take picture of Ayeke. No put that body picture on for Facebook because they could sanction you. Take picture of Ayeke with their life. Just can post them for the comment section and ask say, did he drop his gun? I cannot remember. Has he dropped his gun? Or go. Why you even waste time with that one? If you post that thing now under your account, when now you create them, you be now the contractor for that account. You be now the king of that account. Just delete the comment. Delete them. If it's bad now, ban the fool, block them. So maximize every second. Make every second make it count. Okay? Now you decide when you attack amber fools. Who's how you attack them and how you go fight them. Now you decide. Yes. Now you decomtate. Now we will be in control. That control is supposed to spell now okay. Now we will be in control with a K. So no go out there they act like saying that them be in control. No. So now I give you a results of amber of what blacklegism. The sensitization and the tarnishing of amber, it don't expose their terrorism. It don't turn the communities against amber. We don't debunk their lies and then remind our population, say amber na scam. For example, the audacious scam. Amber they be talking today, so amber boy if he die, say bullet didn't enter amber. Now one of the scams in that way they be use them. And it be work. They will work for poorly educated beginning for recruit them. But when you take that body picture of amber where they don't shoot them, you broadcast them, then that scam no go work anymore. Now so we take and debunk them. The other scam where we talk and say UNESCO, it would ban school year for 2018, 2017, this and that. Now 2021, that scam, that lie, it don't debunk itself. They not be able to recruit any more gullible youth for go join the amber terrorism, and then you get the DDR process will be very successful with the disarmed amber boys them every single day. They drop, they run the one that they can DDR center, and then they get donor fatigue. We miss it. People they donate money for them. They don't need to donate anymore. Amber fools they no longer donate. They fear. So now they be bankrupt. You get the consequences of their terrorism as well with Operation Sunshine, for example, When I remember Dr. Awo Emmanuel, where he come from Australia, he come for Cameroon for a pie funeral, will catch the fool, he there for prison now. From those consequences them, and then we broadcast them now, it demoralized them with Operation Sunshine. They fear now for get involved with Amber. Because for 2017-18, they didn't even know there's a consequence good there for that madness. Okay, we get now the public infighting for Amber, when now we the instigate them, they crush themselves, they be fragmented, and they get this anger and resentment against themselves. For example, IG1 hit IG2, where an IG1 hit Akwanga, and then ADF hit IG1, and then all man just hate himself. Now with the results of our Blacklegism, that now for go for page 3, you get they be demoralized, and we are highly motivated. They no fit they don't get no recognition from the international community now because of which way we don't achieve them. Okay, they don't get no organization or any reputable, responsible, respectable person, whether inside Cameroon, inside Africa, or abroad, where it take them seriously. No person not take them seriously. And now because we use humor, we coach them, and then we play their infighting. The infighting now, it make them they look clownish, like amateurs, and then it help for make them tarnish their own image in the public. Now why that way? They don't get no organization or responsible person where it support them. And then finally, the biggest achievement where we don't achieve annuity, no independent. My country people then. So now the end of the live broadcast today, number 4 day for July 2021. Tomorrow, when number 5 day, we can talk about the financial aspects. So now what that we don't talk about. I hope say all man don't learn one thing new for this live broadcast today. We mash fire for go for before. Tomorrow, now another day, when a countryman, the analyzer, you can't analyze anything again where we see fit for analyze them. Once more, we want to thank Manga Bell, where it be decide for help a few of our fellow Blacklegism where they be based in Cameroon. Now just some of the few people in this way, they don't benefit from that small token we be sending up with them for top up mobile credit, get data, so that they can for Facebook, they can match fire. Some of we way who get the financial assets and will not get the time for can spend up for Facebook. I think this is another way. Find one person on the ground, whether a person like Laura Linge, a P.S. Simon, Nkongo, Bell, you get Vera Wangia, Emmanuel Zenu, Vivian Lemfo, Albin Khalifa, Beltus Atesomba, Eugene Puff, Jaws, Perika, G-Man continues, Contractor Blackleg, Emma Wu, and the plenty did it for Nyangala, you get Isobu, Alaji Blackleg, you get Rostan Ama, all these people, especially Indivisible Cameroon, the ones the way they be based on the ground, sometimes are hard, and if they need any small assistance, even at just 5,000 francs, 2,000 francs for the top of their credit, by all means, if you get the means for do for your countryman, because me too I do in the background, and now so we do with the marshal they go. Thank you so much, Manga Bell. I thank all my contributors. This live broadcast don't actually stay longer than I be expect about 1 hour longer than I be programmer, but that notwithstanding, I hope say we don't achieve a lot for this live broadcast today. I salute all my contributors, and a time for me now for go for bed. I will drink small water and then I sleep. I contribute them. Thank you plenty. We not get time for play. No, we will always make time for play the national anthem as I be promised now. We will make time for play. So now in this, now listen.